As dust settles, moonlight sharp like a blade. Tuesday club door swing, cool cats invade. Rosie at the helm, a queen with no crown. Snaps fingers once, the whole room quiets down. Jackets leather, glasses frosted with steam. Laughter ricochets like a well-oiled machine. Dice rolling shadows, secrets drip like wax. Stylish assassins, no need to relax. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Corners dim where the whispers spark flames. Stories unravel but nobody names names. Vinyl spins and beats bounce off the walls. Saxophone crying like the street light calls. The regulars know it's not just the scene. It's a haven for the sharp, the slick, the serene. Chatter like bullets ricochet through the air. Rosie's eyes sharper than a lioness stare. No drama, no mess, just rhythm and flow. Tuesday's the day, the city, let's go. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fool, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fool, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. I got the Tuesday Mets, don't lie, that's the Tuesday Mets. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club. Tuesday nights where the ice don't melt. Every word spoken, every vibe felt. Rosie rules, no fools, no scrub. This ain't no party, it's the Tuesday club.
What's up? Welcome to the Adams Arms here on a Tuesday night at 10:30. It is, of course, Tuesday Club. Thank you so much for being here. Our hostelry for the hopeful, our place where football can still be fun. But the next 5 days is going to test us, isn't it? How are you feeling about it? I'm not sure I can take it. Honestly, tomorrow night should be straightforward. But Champions League games are very rarely straightforward. And now we know we will be playing Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone's side. If we get past this, it will be only the fourth time in our history we've made it to the Champions League semi-final. Which is mad when you think about it, because it would mean that we've achieved 4 in our entire history and done 2 in a row. But I still don't think a lot of people are giving Arteta credit there. And I'm not saying that so that people do. I don't really care. I'm not really sure how else to frame this Arteta in or out debate. As I don't really care. As long as we win some silverware. If we don't, new manager, please. How are you feeling, though? Did you watch the game? Did anyone watch the Liverpool game? Because I opted to watch one game again. I didn't do the whole multi-screening. I'm an old man. I watch one game at a time. What game, though? There was a point where Barcelona have made it 2-0 in the first half. I thought we'd be playing Barca. Are you relieved it's Atletico? It's a weird thing to say. It's going to be tough whatever happens. I mean, if we play like we did against Bournemouth, eh? But thank you so much for being here with me tonight. It's been a good day so far. Second live stream of the day. I want to say a massive thank you to Footy Judge Mo for inviting me on to his show. It's brilliant to get to talk to other people. And I want to say thank you to those of you that were in the chat there and were so supportive. I didn't get to read the chat because, again, I'm not a multitasker. But I just want to say massive thank you. Excuse me. And I'm rushing a little bit because between having to do some exercise, having to eat some dinner, and 2 live streams and watch football, it's a hard life. It's a hard life. The family have lost out. They haven't had as much time with me as they deserve. But I couldn't wait to get here and talk to you guys about what is an epic 5 days ahead. So I noticed, of course, that going back to something that's become a bit of a tradition, that Hawkwind is here. And I need not tell you what occurs on the occasion of seeing Hawkwind. By day, an unnoticed quantity surveyor. By evening, Hawkwind, stalking the debates, adding his own opinions. Great to see you. Geezer. And then Charles, who can always be relied on with a good question, and says, Dan Zanzi, hope you're well. The huge question this week is, how can we keep our midfielders, Declan and Zubi, from being gassed out? Many situations play full 90 minutes. What is penalty keep one out for Sunday? Do you know what? I'm going to come back to that. I think it's not really much point in saying this, but if we'd only played Norgod a little bit more throughout the season, eh? And then given the context, great question, by the way. Given the context of today's results, do you think Arteta would be happier man to face Atletico in the semi-finals if we go through, or would he have a better plan for Barca? I don't know. I can only speak to myself. I do kind of feel like it was better to get Atletico, but I don't know. And there he is, Zanzi, man who needs no introduction, gets one anyway. Hawk, welcome back, mate, to your usual spot, numero uno. But you're still the geezer. And what? Hello, old chap. 5 days of doom or 5 days of delight? Or somewhere in the middle. Can it be somewhere in the middle? Would you be all right if we went out of the Champions League to Sporting tomorrow, as long as we beat Man City on Sunday, or vice versa? Miss Melina, the Queen of Arsenal. When are you next coming on, Miss Melina? Don't make me beg, but I will if I have to. And there he is, Sean, all the way from La Gomera, which I, for the first time in my life, saw in the BBC News, owing to that coach crash you had. That looked like it would have been very near you. And now, as I say that, it makes it sound like I'm implying some sort of guilt on your part. No, I'm not. But great to see you, mate. Queen of Arsenal, one trusts that you are welcome, little one. Don't refer to Her Majesty as a little one. Off with his head. Good evening, Gooners, says Mortlicky Texas, who seems, even from that 3-word and emoji, I can tell he's in a great mood already. All the other clubs looking better than us in the Champions League. Liverpool, how did they walk the EPL last season? I know. You can have we're famous for having one good season, one bad season. We lost to Wrexham the year after we won the league in 91. Not welcome well. What? Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of Wednesday night delight and a packet of maybe hello to Barcelona. No. Definitely not hello to Barcelona. What are you on about? Alvarez incoming, says Jay Hyman. Good to see Jay. And Mr. Tom, what a nice thing for a lovely little Monday night football, and all of the Man United fans so confident in their Carrick-led Super Reds. And they came a cropper. Wonderful result for Leeds. I think you're safe now, aren't you? And it is. I think it's the first league win at the old toilet in 50-something years. So it would be the first one in your lifetime. Were you celebrating like mad? I hope you enjoyed yourself. Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling. I was correct. Sunday predicting Leeds would be United. Oh, it's one of them. It's I told you so. And Rosie, Fandabi Rosie. How are you? Great to see you, by the way. Leeds. And furthermore, Leeds. Dembele. I didn't watch the Liverpool game. Someone will have to tell me all about it. I will, after this, of course, attend to my remissness in having not watched it. Smash the likes, people, says Mortlicky Texas. What a brilliant attitude you've brought. I love it. I love it indeed. Thank you so much, Mortlicky. And Rosie, hello, Queen of Scotland. Nice to see Scotland's internet is back online. You've been missed. And Bosh from FC Rids. Excellent thumbnail. Thank you, Aklak. Great to see you. Rosie! Fandabi, Rosie! Keeping the lights on. Keeping the adverts off. Thank you so much. Congrats, Rosie. First win at Old Trafford for 45 years. What do you mean? Rosie's a Rangers fan. Didn't they just come... I saw Rangers were losing and they came back and walloped. Someone will have to inform me. I don't know. I don't keep up with Scotch football. Internet is fine. We're saying Leeds to Mr. Tom Wrestling. How are you? Exactly. Good love Leeds, hate Man United. Sean, of course, lived in Leeds. Evening, Dan and the Gunners. Hello, Thomas W. How are you doing? And 2 absolute stumpers of goals by Dembele. Even if we get past Atletico, do you want Paris Saint-Germain or Bayern? Like, I don't know. Is it just all gone horribly wrong for us? Should we just pack up this season and go again next season? It's mad, isn't it? The way that Arsenal fans have been talking online, the way that we've been talked about, it is absolutely as if we can't possibly go on and win it. I'm looking for the way to share. Sorry, I'm totally distracted because I can't find how to share the share a referral link, and that's so they've changed all this a little bit. There you go. Anyone who wants to join me, please feel free to jump on board. You have to have a camera. That's a new rule. If Zanzi's got a camera on, the rest of you have to as well. But I'm here for it. Whatever you want to talk about. What about Iraola giving his notice to Bournemouth? You tempted? Would you? Would you have him at Arsenal? It does seem a bit weird. I have to say, we discussed this a little bit in the stream earlier, where talking about who could replace Mikel Arteta, and I just think, whatever your opinion of his likely success or lack of it, is it weird to be talking about sacking a manager on the eve of only our, like if we get through, we would have achieved 2 semi-finals in a row, having only done 4 in our history. We'd still be, even if Man City win their game in hand, we're still 3 points clear at the top. Even if they beat us and win their game in hand, it still comes down to goal difference. It's still in our hands with 6 games to go. Apparently, Liverpool had lots of possession with no cutting edge in front of goal. PSG were extremely clinical, taking their goal opportunities. Did Isak play? Did I hear that? Was there some talk that Isak may play? Oh my goodness! Well, look at this. It's bad audio, Bobby. Oh, does it not? Oh my god! Right, how else can I do this? That's annoying. How do you do? I have no idea. Could you cut and paste it? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Hang on a second. Let me try something completely different. No, that's not going to work either. Why does it say share referral link and then not share referral? New to streaming or looking to level up, 10% discount? Are you sure it doesn't work? Let me just give you this. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. So, can you try that, please? Somebody try that. I wondered why Zanzi hadn't. He's normally very, very quick. Liverpool had lots of possession, no cutting edge. We are not safe, though. If we get past Wolves on Saturday, it will look good. You're safe. Tottenham are not winning another game. Hey, Dan, that link doesn't seem to go through. That's really annoying. They have changed the way to refer. If I just cut and paste this. Try this. See if this works. I don't know. Not all changes are good, but hopefully you can make that work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to figure something out, and there's no one up here to help me while I do that. To go for the manager that just happened to beat us this weekend seems desperate. No. I mean, Iraola is a quality manager, and you only have to look at what he's done at Bournemouth. Got him to 9th. Zanzi's saying, not just me then. Can you try the new link, people? It might just be that you're both... hey, Bobby. Where have you been, Bobby? I hope you make it on here. I get the link. Nice one. It's just to join StreamYard, not the stream. Oh. I see. That's me being a donut. There you go. Sorry, guys. How's your audio tonight, Bobby? It better be tip-top. As you can see, I'm in great form. Bab. That sounds so cute, doesn't it? Leeds go to Spurs on Monday, 11th of May. You've got to win that. Luke Watts is here. Great to see you. Big up, people. Massive elevations to yourself as well. Anyone who wants to join me, get yourself on there. I think that link works now, doesn't it? Yeah. And by the way, Bad Audio Bobby, thank you so much. I've lost. There we go. Look at this. You absolutely. Well, I can thank you in person now. Here he is. Please join me in welcoming in a man who needs no introduction. And every time I say that, people get an introduction anyway. But that's because they deserve it, and because it. I can't find it. No, just get on here. How are you? You've been all right?
I'm good. How is everybody?
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can say that I'm delightful, and I'm so glad to see you. It's been such a long time. What have you been up to?
We had school holidays. We went away for a bit, and then early morning starts were just a killer for me. So I ended up just watching the pod back through long drives, which was perfect. And then no, but I think I was in a bit of a funny space with Arsenal because I think everyone became way too critical of the results, and I get why, but I still think like I'm not sure if have you seen Arteta's press conference today, Dan, at all? Or
Yeah, I like. It came up. I did a show with Footy Judge Mo earlier, and it was, and he had 3 Arsenal fans on. He was just talking about it, and there was a sort of. Honestly, I think it's time to stop doing any of the fucking press conferences now. I'm actually over all the press conferences. I did a little comedy guy, Mickey Holloway, who does them from now on.
I saw it. I thought it was brilliant.
But so the thing is, right, he effectively did what politicians do. So he was asked a question and he turned it around to, all those years we couldn't qualify for Champions League. Now you don't even thank me.
I thought it was brilliant.
But then if you're the sort of fan who's kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say level-headed because I don't want to start a row with all the anti-Arteta. I think it's a really good point.
The problem is, though, Dan, everyone now, every rational voice out there is becoming that voice. That's the only issue I've got. I think there isn't many rational voices out there now.
Well, here at the Adams Arms for a little therapy. We're going to do it. We've got a couple of people waiting behind. I've got to bring him on. Zanzi. Wakey, wakey.
Zanzi.
I do love it when you do your American Psycho background. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
How are you? How have you been?
Yeah, I was really chuffed for Leeds United yesterday. But there again, I predicted that. And I also predicted that Barcelona would win, but I didn't think they wouldn't get knocked out. And I also said that Liverpool would get knocked out. So I'm on a roll at the moment.
It's amazing. You know what? You should be putting money on these with bookmakers and cleaning them out.
Yes, but if I did that, they'd end up like my horses do. In dog food cans and stuff like that.
Delicious. And now, somebody who's returning to the channel after some time away, all the way from sunny La Gomera, and it is always sunny. It's always sunny in La Gomera. Welcome, Sean. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, mate. How's it going?
Oh, yeah, not too bad. How are you? Arteta in, Arteta out?
Oh, I'm Arteta in. I'm Arteta in.
An Arteta sexual.
Got a visit from a kid. It's something about your channel gets my children not going to sleep.
At least he's
anyway, I'm still Arteta in because he's got us to where other people didn't get us to. So I'd love to go the extra step, but no one's got us this far so far. So let's see what he can do. But the mentality does worry me.
It's one of the questions came up earlier. I thought was really interesting, and I'd love to go around and ask you all what you think. Does it matter? Is the energy being transmitted by the fans part of the problem? We're going to the Etihad, effectively 6 points clear, right? Yes, if they beat us and they win their game in hand, then it's all even. But it's still only going to be on goal difference, and we could theoretically overturn that. Is it weird? Does it feel weird that so many of the fans, what you were just saying, Bobby, like the energy is all negative, and yet here we are, 1-0 up after the first leg away to Sporting Club de Portugal, with a chance to make it to the semi-final. I mean, I saw how the Atletico fans celebrated making it to the semi-final. Surely we'd be no different at home at the Emirates. And yet, wherever I look, is people talking about how shit we are. Bobby?
I think Sean had a really good point there. When you look at things in just a very basic format, you say, with any job, if somebody exceeds your past results, and beyond that, forget about past results or past expectations, which were top four for so long, and then Champions League, like Arteta said today, and I think it was just that realization dropping. He was saying he's not happy with being a semi-finalist. He does want to go out and win this, but he wants us to acknowledge that the energy probably is seeping into the team. And I thought really long and hard about this, and I thought I've never really criticised Saka, and I've never really criticised Odegaard, and I still won't, because I think both of them are just injury overplayed in injuries, and that's because we've not had the squad for many of the years. But then overall, either way this summer, whatever our success is, if we've won the title and we've missed out on 2 trophies, 3 trophies, including the Champions League, just say that's the scenario, or we win nothing, I still think the Cronkies back him, and they'll back him with more resources, which is what I think is needed, because Saka's form, realistically, and Odegaard's form means you need an extra £200 million spent in the summer on those 2 players.
Zanzi, you on that?
Yeah. Is what's going around social media going into the Arsenal team room? I mean, it doesn't for me, because I don't listen to them. Because all I hear is sensible talk like you. Where are you? You're there, somewhere there.
Yeah. Don't forget, I've got. This is your click. I made this specifically for you because.
Nice boy, but doesn't listen to a word you say.
Yep, go with that.
Do you know that I do think it'd be naive to think that these players don't see what's going on social media and probably scratch their heads. Zubimendi's probably thinking, have I been that bad? What Kai Havertz is probably thinking, hang on a minute, when I scored against Chelsea, they all liked me. Where are they?
Can I just say the players do know what's going on social media. So when AFTV went to the pre-season tour, Saka went over and immediately knew who Lee Judges was.
God, and he went over.
So they all knew. That's what I mean. Their content is,
of course.
You got to bear in mind these guys are. The club know who they are, and
did Saka punch him?
No,
I think he
Saka's
was
a good God-fearing boy.
Yeah, I think to be fair, this was prior to him being. I think he was on a good trajectory. It was pre-season, and it wasn't where we are now. So I'd be curious to see how they interact.
See, you
with him.
saying that, you said it pre-season good trajectory. It's not where we are now. Like, who are the teams in the Premier League who wouldn't kill to be where we are?
Oh, every single one, absolutely
If
every single
Pep
one.
Guardiola, look, obviously you're in a great spot here, 6 points behind. But would you rather be 6 points ahead? Nope. Not until the last game of the season. It's mad. It's just a madness. But I want to bring Sean in as well. Sean, to the question, does the atmosphere in the social media Arsenal fan base seep into the dressing room? Does it play a part?
I'd love to be able to give you an answer to that one. I just haven't got a clue. What I do know is that we're playing differently this season to how we have the previous few seasons. And we do seem to be getting increasingly risk averse, and it's flattening our game, and I don't like it. Now we've had extremely bad timing on key attacking injuries, which hasn't helped the season. That might be a big part of it, but I think I'm perceiving a cultural change in the way we play, and I'm not enjoying it.
That's a fair. I think in terms of the risk aversion, and I cannot remember who it was, but I think it was Tony Cascarino who was on TalkSport saying, and I as soon as he said it, I was like, I really love this comment, because he was like, they'll play all the risky passes in their own penalty area, and then the further up the pitch it goes, the less risky the pass becomes. So we end up playing these ridiculously, we have David Raya as a third player in what looks like a back three, playing silly passes to each other, and then you get to the opponent's penalty area and it's all the most obvious sideways pass you can find. And the feeling at the moment is that there is a little bit of choking going on. That the mentality, these players know what's at stake, and we need that one clutch player who's going to give me the ball. Because if you have an Eric Cantona in your team, and I'm thinking very much of the cup final between Liverpool and Man United, which is so close, nothing happened. It took Cantona to just whack the ball at the net and scored an absolute screamer. We don't have anyone who's going to do that. We had Declan Rice and he shot over, but he only did it once. But we need somebody who's going to go. At the moment, it feels like the person on the ball is thinking, right, who can I give this to? And then whoever they give it to is thinking, right, who can I give this to? And it better be someone who, and our passes are not what they should be, and our confidence isn't what it should be. And maybe that's where I have my biggest problem with Mikel Arteta, because for all the coaching, part of his job is going to be getting them in the right mood. And I thought it was really unfair. People criticised Arsenal for not trying hard enough. I thought they were flying around like madmen in the first 10 minutes of that Bournemouth game. And I think you'd rather they were just a bit more controlled and a bit more calm. But I'll go through a few more comments. Concrete offer for Julian Alvarez. Is that right on the back of tonight's game? Yeah, he's good. Sticking off. I really hope that's happening. I've said it before. Tom talks football's had worse days. Glazer's out. Lucky Singh's back. Nice to see you. Hi, Luke. 2 games to define our season. Keep the faith. Come on, you Gunners. Sam Thorne. Right, so this is the crux of the show. It's 5 days, 2 games. It's weird to me that if you want your... look, at the very least I'm going to say about this, if you want, whether they can see the social media, whether they hear the fans in the stadium, and I think it was probably a bit nervy at the stadium on Saturday, but for all of that, you've got 2 games to define your career. 2 games. And we are on a precipice of potentially going through the semi-final and winning the league. Because if we win the game at the Etihad on Sunday, it's League One, pretty much. We could lose 2 games and still come away definitely winning it. On that basis, it is maddening, isn't it, that the whole conversation around Arsenal is so incredibly negative, Bobby?
I think it is. And I think it's like... It's really hard for me to get a grasp on people's opinions. So, like, for example, people say they're not a fan of the playing style. But this is the most efficient playing style we've had in however long. Like, whatever we've done to change things up, we're now in the position we're in right now. So that's my biggest crook. I think you can't... If we'd played more attacking, would we have been 6 points ahead? And the next 2 games are huge, but I think people forget in the cycle of events as well. Like we don't need to beat Sporting. We only need to draw. It'd be nice to beat them, but to go through, we actually only need a draw. So, and if we stink the place out and we're in the semi-finals, it allows us to refresh and go to City. I don't think, and this might sound crazy from me, I don't think a win against Sporting's as beneficial to us as a draw, because I've said this a few times on here that we always suffer an emotional dump, which I think everyone does after a big victory. So when we beat Sporting, it's a huge event. It's the last minute. There's no way your emotions and adrenaline aren't pumping from that to your next game. And there's going to be a bit of fatigue. City haven't had that, which has allowed them to kind of bounce together. But you got to bear in mind, City are still in the FA Cup. So after this, we've only got the 2. After tomorrow's game, I think a draw, in all honesty. Not that I want to draw, but I think a draw might leave us better place for the weekend than a win.
Can I just go around? Does anyone else agree that we? Just so I'm clear in what you're saying that a draw for us tomorrow is better than us beating Sporting?
Yeah.
I think the man's gone mental.
Quite possibly.
Where did you go on
assumption
holiday?
is there that it's less effort gone into it, but I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Still playing 90 minutes.
I don't mean in terms of less effort. What I mean is like there's less of an emotional kind of dump afterwards. So it's...
Let me just be clear though, because understand what you're saying. presumably, let's say take the base 0-0. That means for 90 minutes they're on edge that they might concede a goal. That's 90 minutes of emotional effort. Meanwhile, as just to present an alternate, if we go 1-0 up in the first half, you've got a bit of, emotionally it comes down a little. I don't know if I can get on board with the idea of, like, if you were in Arteta's position, you wouldn't be going out there and goes, right, boys, don't win this. We don't want the emotion.
I don't mean that, but I just mean like overall, if you look at it afterwards, I think a draw is such a good result tomorrow. I really do believe that, and I think
I'll take 2 draws this week.
A draw, exactly. That's what I mean.
I'll take 2 draws this week. Yeah.
If we can build up to a 0-0 tomorrow and a 0-0 on the weekend, I think that's an incredible weekend. It's like to think that we've got to win.
Is that the only time I think I've ever heard anyone say that about their football team? But that is absolutely true. It's like
it's the most perfect results.
If I doze off for both games and wake up on the 90th minute and literally nothing's happened, happy days.
What about we win one, we lose one? Which one do you win, guys?
Win Sunday. Every day.
That's a tough one.
Man City, yeah.
I think it's
I don't see us, if we get through Lisbon, I don't see us beating any of the people left in the Champions League. They're playing really much more fluent football than
we've beaten Atletico before, though.
Yeah, and we've beaten Paris Saint-Germain before.
The way they played, the way they're playing
Bayern.
at the moment.
All 3 of the teams that we would face, it's Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern, we've beaten, and Bayern this season. And Atleti we beat 4-0. But I don't know if this is that Atleti, if I'm honest with you. I just saw them.
Really good. They're playing really good football, and we're not.
Unless we saw Julian Alvarez before the game against us.
Atletico lost 4 out of the last 5 games, though.
What?
Before they played Barcelona.
All right.
That's what they're saying last night, tonight.
I don't know. You can only go on. I thought they were very lucky because Barcelona got players sent off both occasions, right? So I'm glad it's Atleti for one thing. I don't want to be all doom mongery, and I didn't take the way Sean said it that way, but I don't really fancy us against Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain, or Atletico. Or Liverpool, if they'd got through. So I'm like, at this point, what am I basing it on? Bournemouth, Southampton, and the Man City. Like, we haven't played well for a bit now.
Before you carry on with anything else, can I counter what Bobby was saying about a draw is going to be good for us?
Yeah.
Because I think a draw tomorrow night is going to be more nervous for the players, and that is more tiring than going 3-0 up at half time and just having a load of fun in the second half, cruising about.
Yeah, totally. Well, that is what I said, Andy.
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with what you said.
I love it when you do. Rude 1 star, boxed fresh. When are we going to get our names back? Great to see you, mate. Hear me out. Love it. Evening Bad Audio. Bobby says, Queen of Arsenal, Miss Molina. And then there's a lot of people saying hello to each other, which Benny always gets annoyed with me if I read out, so I won't, in case he turns up. Second half, Brian Buemo, Bruno Fernandes. Oh, this is the Man United game. I'm so sorry, I don't care. I'm not sorry I don't care. I'm sorry I don't care. Does your past take into account the achievements of Graham and Wenger? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not fair because George Graham couldn't really get us to a Champions League semi-final because the only time we had a go at it was in '92, and I was at the game when we got knocked out by Sergei Yuran's double in extra time against Benfica. In those days, you had to actually be champions to play in the Champions Cup. So we ended up in tournaments like the Cup Winners' Cup and the UEFA Cup. We did very well in the Cup Winners' Cup. Some of you will remember, but. So it's not fair. But in Arsene Wenger's 22 years at our club, he made it to 2 semi-finals and 1 final. So I think you have to praise Arteta for doing that. And he's done it in his first... I mean, he also, from pretty much the second season that Wenger was here, we were in the Champions League. No, not true, actually. It was third season. I'm telling a lie. We played badly in the UEFA. But I think you have to give... I know Arteta begged for some credit today in the press conference, which is never a great sign. But he shouldn't really have to. There should be a great core of our fan base going, do you know what? I hear this all the time. Yeah, but we're a big club. Yeah, but you're a big. We weren't even in the Champions League when he arrived. You know, we just wanted to be in the Champions League. We all got upset because of the season that he finished fifth, and we were angry we didn't get in the Champions League. Now it happens, and we don't even notice it. No one even goes, "Oh yeah, God, we've qualified for the Champions League." We can't finish third.
You know, that's weird. That is because I was literally today when I was cooking dinner, I was thinking about our first game back in the Champions League under Arteta at home, and the roar from the crowd when the Champions League music came on was amazing.
I remember I think I might even have. I had the music downloaded. I was playing it, and it is. But then it's like anything. When you talk about our fan base being somewhat entitled, people get upset. Well, we should be entitled. We want to win things. Go, no, but that's what being entitled is, isn't it? That's where you go, I should be winning the Champions League. No, you shouldn't. You know, Aston Villa aren't winning the Champions League, and they've got the best manager in the world.
On a slight side note, did all of you see the PSG players visit Jota's memorial? I thought it was a really classy touch.
No, I didn't. I'm a little bit frightened of PSG at the moment, so I'm pretending they don't exist until I absolutely can't anymore. Because
whose memorial?
Jota.
Yes, they went to his.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a really classy touch. That was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think anything to do with. I think there is a lot of class in football. You wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't always know it to listen to some of the social media, but there is, and there are things more important than football. Despite what Bill Shankly says. Right, so I'm going through this. Odegaard can't be captain next season, surely. I don't think he's even going to be here, if I'm honest. Look at this. Chris Powell's back. Big up, Dan. Glad you're on Mo's channel. Thank you. It was really nice. Got some subscribers out of it. Sean, I had no idea you looked like a young Ed Balls. If we draw at the Etihad... Is
that misspelling?
If we draw at the Etihad, the points difference is obviously the same. If we win, then it's +6 better, or if we lose, it's 6 worse. If I got that right? No, because I think we are still 1 goal. Our goal difference is still better. And if we lose, obviously, we might lose by 1-0 or more. This better not come down to goal difference. I don't think any of us got the nerves for this. But it's strange to me how many people want to say the same things to me on various social media platforms. You know, elite sports about winning things, and this isn't how champions win leagues. And you go, you're like 29, aren't you? Yeah, you haven't got a fucking clue then. You don't remember one. So what are you on about? PSG smashing Liverpool is scary. Yeah, but I don't know. Is it like Tottenham got a draw at Liverpool? I'm not sure how much I rate Liverpool. Did they play Isak though? Was he fit?
He started, didn't they?
Oh, did he? I did. I thought I caught that. Zubimendi been patched by EA Sports. We want our midfield back. So where are we at? Eberechiesi, Carl. I love the different spellings. I actually look for Lucky Singh when you come on. I look forward to the different ways you spell Kai Havertz, but he's now Kyle Havertz. Second half Liverpool game is worth watch. I will. So busy. Ask club players we need grow out of noise block out. Yeah. I loved Eze did on his press conference bit when they were saying, what do you do? He goes, look, don't take this the wrong way, but I don't listen to guys like you. He goes, I'm a professional footballer and sometimes you just don't know what you're talking about. You don't have any idea what's going on. And I was like, good for you. But it is a press conference, so maybe just say something nice to the men who write all the stories. Risk averse in attack only. That's exactly it, Thomas. I agree. Great to see you. Agree with the guy bottom left. What's happened? What? Can you be more specific? Because that was 14 minutes ago you were agreeing with him. You might not agree with him anymore. David Raya is...
someone agreeing with me?
Well, you're bottom left.
Brilliant. Blocking.
He's already blocked. Rosie's seen to that. David Reyes would never block box fresh, rude 1-star. He's a hero. David Reyes doing Travellas and the tack can't even do a 1-2 anymore. So true. Sean boxed. Dio, how are you, mate? Great to see you, boy 10 Dio. Are you a little less grumpy now, boy 10 Dio? Because you've been a bit. The mood's gone a bit. Press gone out the window. That's the alarming. But yes, but we have lost something in our press because Odegaard isn't playing. And Gary's here with his hello. And if only Anthony was here to say hello, goodbye.
Bye, Gary.
And Gabriel Jesus is a really good pressing centre forward as well.
Yeah. Was he working a laundry? What are you on about? We've seen it fall apart before. Are you not concerned? Yeah. I live my life concerned. It's the only way to be, really. Is when you're in touching distance of greatness, just shit yourself, which is what our players seem to be doing. I'm still vexed. There you go. I don't care about the sporting result as much as I care about the performance right now. Being crap last three, need to play well, going into City. Well, it hasn't been crap the last three. That's not fair, because in between those three was the last sporting game, which I thought we played quite well. But yes, every domestic game we've played, Curse of April, etc. I think personally myself, I think we are all wanting what we did 20 years ago and believe that we can't. And not only just that, we have gone back trying to walk the goals back into the net. It's definitely an element of that. Greyborn, good to see you.
So someone posted a comment on another website saying that, well, we've lost the last three games. And I said, oh, didn't the sporting game count? Then she said, oh, I don't count European football.
Oh, then, yeah. That'll happen if we win the Champions League. Doesn't count.
Yeah.
You know, still, it is. Look, there is an element of our fan base that is just living on its nerves at the moment, and you can forgive that, right? I think we all are. Nobody, like, you know, I got into this silly debate where it came up was like, if it doesn't ruin your weekend, then, you don't care enough. And I thought, no, it's just there's different ways of ruining your weekend. There's ruining your weekend and go out on a murder spree. And then there's ruining your weekend and just spend some time with your family and think, let's not talk football. And then have them bring it up anyway and lose your shit. Atletico won't be easy. They turn up when it matters. Do we? That felt a little bit Alan Partridge, if you don't mind me saying. Do we? Don't know yet. Hope so. Fucking hell. Good. I like more comments like that, please. Good. Lookman Lookman did look shit hot tonight. And I thought the first game, could we not have signed him? I mean, I was begging. I think I put a lot of this Andrea Bert as a shithead. You know, he bought all the wrong players, and that's why Arteta hasn't played them. To the question that got asked right at the top, which is about from Charles about how you keep the midfielders fresh. I do want to go round on this one. It does occur to me that we have, in various streams over the last 9 months, been talking about he should probably give Zubimendi and Declan Rice a rest so that they're fresh at the exact point of the season where they both look like they want a nap. I don't know what you do about that now. Oh, playing the
losing Marino didn't help at all.
No, but Marino is but one player.
He was our super sub who snatches a late goal to get us a point or get us the 3 points, and we missed him a lot.
Yeah, of course we missed him. But I think it's surprising we didn't try Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield, that we let Wanyeri go out. There are mistakes. The thing that I think will finally do for Arteta if he doesn't win the silverware this season, and I do think it'll be really hard for him to survive much of next season on that basis. But I think what we'll do for him is that squad management, he's miles behind in terms of distributing minutes. And when we didn't have a bench, you could understand it. Now it's not as forgivable. And I think there have been mistakes, and I think some of those mistakes will haunt him. I think Kepa in the cup final was a mistake, and I think letting Wanyeri go on loan was a mistake, and the mistakes add up.
I do remember with Miles Lewis-Skelly, when he was playing earlier on in the season, he looked incredibly short of pace. I don't know what was going on, if he was coming back from injury, if he was carrying something. He was getting absolutely skinned by everyone. So there was something going on there with him, at least.
Yeah, no, I think I know when you're talking about it as well. I mean, he's obviously hasn't, but I think I feel like Pep Guardiola will play people even though they're not as good at certain games, and he'll get away with it. Like he'll play 9 really good players and carry 2 players just to rest a couple of players. We're not doing that. But every game's so important for us. We play our best 11 every time, and then it gets to this part of the season. And for the last 3 seasons, at this part of the season, we've started to look really leggy and tired. Let me go through. Hope you're well and doing okay. What memorial? The Diogo Jota one. Jose! Right. Are you guys ready for a bit of a drum roll? Yes, Dan. We love a drum roll. Right. Curtains.
Oh, lovely curtains. Who's the bloke in the way of them, though?
I'm sorry.
Don't apologise to him just because he's a curtain fetishist. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on, Dan.
My pleasure every time.
Bobby.
Now you're going to agree with the guy on the bottom left.
And and who are you? Sorry, sir.
This is
Hi,
Sean.
I'm Sean.
This is my
How you
oldest
doing?
friend.
Sean,
I mean, my best friend for the longest. My best friend since we were 14.
We're schoolmates.
How much did he pay you for that?
Who?
Don't tell me, because I'm working
Oh, no.
I'm trying to work out a better deal anyway. So
He's not a big payer, to be honest with you.
I keep all the money to myself, and that's how it should be. And I know you all agree with that. Where am I at in the comments? So, Gary, you're always in a good mood.
Yes, I'm happy to talk.
Saturday afternoon,
Yes, sir.
you were like, it's just one game, guys. Don't lose your shit. Everyone calm down. It's going to be fine. Of course, we'll win at the Etihad.
I'm a guy who likes to look at the trends, and I know you can just stop a trend, but I like to see something that gives me the hope that I might see a change, and I've yet to see it. At least in
what we
England,
want to see
anyways.
is a change. Yeah, I'd like to see a change. I do think the problem with what you're talking about is momentum does play a part in football, but it's not necessarily a great predictor of what's going to happen.
But like you said, if we try something and it doesn't work, and we, for example, draw tomorrow,
Yeah.
then I get it. But if we do the exact same thing we've done in the last 4 games, I don't have as much confidence that anything is going to be any different than what we've seen. You know what I mean? And I think
I hear from that is you want to see Martinelli, Madueke, Kai Havertz in the 10, Gyökeres up front, Zubamendi stretched out for kickoff, positioned in like a walking brace just so that he can stand up. He's so knackered, and Declan Rice tearing around like a Labrador on steroids. And us basically playing all of our football in and around our own area until we lose. Is that something? Would that be kind of what you're looking for?
No, I think
you're shit out of luck then, because that's what you're getting. I don't see anything else. It's one of those ones. It's like when he who shall not be referred to was playing at right back last season, and everyone. My mum was going, I don't think he's a right back, and Arteta's like, no, he's a right back. Yes, he's lost 6 of the 7 games I've played him there, but that's fine. He's learning his. So there are times when Arteta seems to be stuck on an idea, and if I see Martinelli and Madueke start a game again on either side of Gyökeres, I'm just going to cry early. I'll be like, oh, good. I'll turn the match off, cry for 90 minutes, come on and see how much we lost by.
Yeah, see, and that's the constant, and and you're not expecting anything different than what you've seen before. Then, if you see that, right, you see that front 3.
I don't know.
What are you expecting
Would it
to
be
see?
mental if suddenly Madueke actually crossed the ball to one of our players, or Martinelli looked up and didn't just run the ball off one of the white lines? Someone was saying that today, and we're going like, it's not management when you have to actually say to one of your players, look, the white line that goes all the way around the green bit, don't go past that, right? Don't.
Both of those wings know that, though. Both those wings are that's one of their traits.
Beep, beep.
He's going to get really confused, Martinelli, when he comes up to the edge of the penalty box. Oh, I can't go past it. Oh, you're trying to go now.
I think that's why he avoids it. He's avoiding the wrong white lines. I'm being unkind, aren't I? But no, it is frustrating. And also, there is a broader subject to be had, like however confident you are about the team that's got us here. And I think that's a really important thing to keep reminding people of. It's like, it's all very well to go in on this team. They have done better than every other Premier League team this season. And then when people go, it's a shit league, so it's not our problem, is it? We didn't say we were the best Premier League team ever. We said we're the best Premier League team this season. That's all I care about. Or at least I hope we will be. But the idea that we've been playing dusty, dirty, dead football for like the whole season. It's like, well, what have we done? Did we win a magic golden ticket or something? It's like snakes and ladders. Did we roll a 6 and somehow go to the top table? No, we beat teams. And this season, we've done really well at beating teams. slightly better at beating teams than everybody else. And so if you're dishing out criticism for teams aren't playing well, could you start with someone else, please? Can we have a word with... Do you know, Chelsea, Rory Jennings, I've always had a lot of respect for him as a YouTuber. I never thought I'd see a Chelsea fan do this. He said the only thing that will salvage this weekend is if we lose to Man City. He's a Chelsea fan hoping to lose to City. So we're used to Tottenham fans doing it. Now Chelsea fans are doing it. What is wrong with that? Would you ever do that? Could you ever see yourself going, I hope we lose so that Tottenham don't... I mean, it's a ridiculous hypothetical, but... I mean...
Man United are saying it. Man United are saying they'd rather their arch rivals win it than us. There's some strange... Yeah, they are. Man United saying, I'd rather Man City win it than Arsenal. It's all over the internet. There's a weird kind of psychosis going around about Arsenal. It's all based around clickbait because we've got such a large online following, is my theory.
They dread what we're going to do and say if we ever saw one of our captain lift his arms up in the air at the end of a long season. That's what they dread.
Could it possibly be as bad as that prick Man City fan with the Arsenal bottle? Just anybody?
I think it'd be worse for those that like hate Arteta. They probably would go crazy.
I don't know, because I've heard them already. Like you say that, Gary, man, like as well as I do, that they just say, well, I'll give him one more season then. Oh, thank you. One more season winning the Premier League. Oh, thank you so much. Anything less is not acceptable. It's easy to have high standards for other people. Right, yes, Eze did say that. Eze's an absolute hero. Where am I at? Chris Nixon said, hey, darlings. Great to see you, Chris. And then there's a lot of people saying hello. Have a question, people. Thank you, Sean. I will say this. I miss Mourinho, and not only just that we've got anyone else to replace him in at the moment. Yeah. Well, we do. We just don't play him. I think Miles Lewis-Skelly's a midfielder. Wanyeri, I still can't get over that.
Do you think... I know MLS is supposed to be a defensive midfielder, but do you think he could play in Weiss's place?
Yeah, I do. I think he play left eight, yeah.
I think so as well, because I know Sean was saying that... Sean.
Don't worry about it pointing.
Was saying that MLS seemed to have lost a bit of pace. But in some of the games I've seen him, when he's got the ball and he's pushing forward, he really bounces, doesn't he? I think correct me if I'm wrong, Sean. Sean was talking about earlier in the season he seemed to have lost pace.
Yeah.
But I think he looked good against Bournemouth, but I don't know. I don't really rate him as a defender in that way. However, left eight is, I think, his most effective position. I think defensive midfielder 6 doesn't make the most of his running with the ball. His ball progression is excellent, and he's incisive in the area. I think I don't know what's going on. No, Gary, go on.
I was going to say, I just think he's got like sophomore blues. Like his first year in the league was last year. Nobody knew what he didn't know. He didn't know anything. It's like Bauman. Bauman's next year might look totally different because he's got to be. I think MLS is thinking a lot more now, and that's just slowing him down. Everything looks slow. I think he's thinking more. I think he's not. He doesn't have the football maturity to, sit on the bench and watch Calafiori do what Arteta wants, and then come in when it's his turn and do the job.
I don't know if Calafiori is doing whatever Arteta wants. I think Calafiori is one of those players who's doing whatever he wants.
Doing whatever Calafiori wants to do, right?
He knows how to party.
Yeah, Arteta likes him, right, and wants to start him every game if he's available. So kind of feel like that.
I think they're kissing.
I think he's just young. That's all.
Yeah. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I take your point is well made. But sophomore blues, surely if they've discovered how he plays at left back, good, because he's not a left back now. Play him in his real position. Dan saves the day. Maybe the fact the game is at the Etihad could be a blessing in disguise. We're perhaps far more nervous in front of 60,000 Gooners than, say, 55,000 Gooners that would be at the Etihad. 5,000 travellers and six Mancunians in the stand. God, I don't know how it has come to this, but where the social media world seems to think that Arsenal fan base is the most annoying. Have they never met Man City fans? Have they never met? Most of these fans have been following football for 4 or 5 weeks, right? Couldn't find Manchester on a map and basically are going around saying, we're brilliant, we do this, we're really good. And only 2.5 months ago, we're asking for Pep Guardiola to be sacked and Erling Haaland to be dropped. Ugh. When Mikel Merino timetable come back, not sure this season, honestly.
Summer.
Arteta was a little bit... Dan has assured me I'm the only staff member on payroll. Exactly.
Mr. Dan?
No, now, because you're going to say something. Bobby's gone. What did you do to Bobby?
Zanzi,
He's the
put
good
your hand
one.
up,
Zanzi, that was
you pressed
you.
the
You did
button,
that with
and then he
your hand.
disappeared. The wizard, Zanzi
Bring
the
him
wizard.
back. Bring back Bobby. Bring back
No,
my
not
Bobby.
working. My mate,
Question
because you've
for
got your
all of
mate
you then.
there.
With the personnel we've got at the moment, if Zubimendi was injured, would you play? Would you drop Rice into 6 and play MLS in left 8?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I listen. There's on the Football Manager, you might have a player who's fit, but he's like 75% fit, and there's no point in playing him anyway because he's just going to watch everybody play football. We might as well, here we are with Zubimendi. I think Zubimendi is spent. Give him an hour off.
Mr. Dan,
he
sorry.
very nearly scored a goal, didn't he, against Sporting? If it wasn't for that lazy offside.
Oh God, what a goal that would have been as well. Sorry, go on, Zanzi.
Can you post the link again?
Yes, I can. Have we got? Do you want to tell me why I'm doing what you
I
told me to
know,
do?
because Greyborn.
Oh, okay,
Sam,
wicked. Yeah.
He's
Audio gone?
old gooner. He is. He's
Okay.
older than me.
Nobody's older than you. Don't be silly. Right, here it goes. Get this etched into your tablets. Now we have refund money. So everyone's talking about money. I get £2.50 a post. That was on strict. You promised you'd never tell anyone.
Wow.
Yeah, but Dan, when are you going to see Saka making a pass to Gyökeres? They have to be on the pitch at the same time. Martin Elliott can't start Victor. Lucky Singh, man. Like, there is a book in you. Like, the way you spell different names is just absolute. Martin Elliott. Here we go. Well, do you know what? If it's the first time he's been on, let's do a little drum roll, shall we? Only because it takes me bloody ages. And this is what we call professional. Greyborn joins us. Where are you from, Greyborn? Where are you at?
Do I really want to answer, considering that we lost against them last week?
Oh,
on
God,
Sunday.
no. Right, remove. Where's the remove button? The bore in the mouth.
Yes, unfortunately.
No, it's a lovely part of the world. I'm so pleased for you all.
No, I don't agree. Anyway,
Or Bournemouth is full of pensioners and there's one here.
yeah, you can sod off.
I wish they'd played some of them. They all look
Agreed.
pretty sprightly for my liking. I do
Agreed.
like Bournemouth. It winds me up when it's a team I quite like and a manager that I really like. And he's leaving.
Yes, I was going to say that. He's
Athletic
not
Club
renewing his
Bilbao.
contract.
I think
That's
he's
the
back to
Arsenal
Spain.
effect. Play Arsenal, get promoted.
We don't know he's been promoted yet. I mean, promoted above Bournemouth. No, he's
I
done
mean,
an
like
amazing job.
promoted in the sense. It sounds like he's going to a better team, right? So
Well, Man United are sniffing around him.
Oh,
So no.
well.
so maybe not.
Yeah,
Not
so-
being funny, Man United are sniffing around anyone in it. Well,
Yeah,
everyone
and
and
they've-
everyone they can get
First
hold of.
time you've had a manager that's actually winning games and they're looking around at everyone else. It's just a shit show, isn't it? Lucky Singh, all the time in the world for you, but your club is a shite show. It's too late to be changing MLS's position back to the position he spent his entire career playing. Oh, Benny from Berlin. How good to see you. And that sounded sarcastic.
That
and I
sounds
didn't mean
weird
it to.
because didn't Moreno play a position he hadn't played in what?
That wasn't ideal. That wasn't ideal either.
No, but
We don't-
he played
no.
it and he played it well, right? So it obviously can work. We're talking about somebody who's
Yeah,
1 year removed
absolutely.
from playing
I-
that position.
Look at this. It's a flouse. We're doing it, guys. 7.
Oh.
Oh, what am I talking
Oh.
about? Yes, 7 of us. God. There's more of us up here than there is in the chat. You know that. I hope you've all clicked like. I'll be counting later. If there's 6 likes, one of you's not invited back.
Guten Tag, Benny.
Guten Abend. Abend.
Yeah. See, that's so. You've picked up. That's so German. It's like first thing you do is correct someone. Just imagine he meant hello. How are you, Benny?
Well, you haven't seen me on. I've just been commenting. I had to take a social media break, as you do as an Arsenal fan. When
Don't call this social media. This isn't social media. This is just social.
Go, when the going gets tough, you take a break on things that piss you off. So that's what I've been doing. I think tomorrow I think we should win, but like obviously our form is not great. But like, yeah, I mean I'm just trying to put the bomb of defeat behind me, and just like we just kind of shoulder on and let the manager complete what he can complete this season, and then at the end of the season we can judge him. So we, as fans, like everybody's doom and gloom, but we just have to. There's not much we can do. We need to soldier on with the team, I guess, and see what they can do, and hopefully they get lucky, because their current form is not very. Yeah, it's not very.
I think you know what, like if we have a fairly convincing performance against Sporting tomorrow, and this isn't me saying I think we will, but I'm just saying if it's a 3-0 tomorrow, and we get a 0-0 at the Etihad, the season is absolutely. I mean, Man City, I don't think catch. Oh, stop it! He's going to wind Boytendi you up. Look, yes, we are the most annoying because we matter to everyone. City don't matter to anyone, not even to United fans. That's a very good point. Well made. Interesting how the City turnaround is being attributed to Pep giving Cherki freedom to roam and license. I do wish we had one player who was allowed to run around and do what they wanted. The return of the 10, they're calling it. And I also think that in a couple of seasons, people will laugh at how much he's being overhyped. If we beat City at the Etihad, imagine the scenes. It will be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It will remind me of 97, 98 in, was it March when we went to Old Trafford and Overmars scored and had that fan on telly going...
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I saw him after another match in the Gunners after a match, wearing the same jacket, looking exactly the same.
Actually, it's funny you say that because he was shown... they did a picture of him then and a picture of him now, and he doesn't look that different.
No, he's not. He's not one for changing, it would seem.
Changing jacket.
Right.
Arteta doesn't rate the other options at DM. No, and this is part of the thing that Arteta doesn't rate the other options. But that's what, unfortunately, you can't play the entire season with your front 11 and expect them to be fit as fiddles at the end. Martin Elliott is fucking bang. It's classic. Please make sure you're subbed to the panelists. And then there's all these links. Where's Areola going? We think Club Bilbao or Man United. I think he's going back to Spain because that makes sense. Gabriel Heinze, Nicholas Hover and Arteta himself are quite eccentric, emotional characters. Would the players benefit from a club legend to come in as a voice midweek just to relax the players? I like the little sketch I did, which is an awful thing to admit, but, I've got a bit of arrogance about me. Who cares? But I did like the idea of someone like Mickey Holloway going, when I did this mock press conference where they were like, are the players scared to win the Premiership? And he's like, I've had a word with him. I'm pretty sure they're scared of other things now. So I just would quite like them to go in there and just do an Arsene Wenger and walk into the dressing room and not say anything. Just go. Whose leg do I have to break first? One of you go out there and lift some silverware, or I will kill all of you. And maybe that would work. Look, all these links. Please pop over to and sub to Gary. It depends on how he performs tonight, because he's obscuring his camera, so he's already lost a fan in Zanzi. Okay, so we, I think we're compelled, by dint of the fact that we are in fact an Arsenal channel, I do think we should spend a little bit of time. I'm going to start with you, Greyborn. Weird. I'm going to start with you, Greyborn. Actually, do you know what? Does this help if you're doing that?
Whoa.
He's enjoyed that. Human contact. Right. So form is temporary, class is permanent. We'll see the real Arsenal at the Etihad, won't we, Greyborn?
Well, I should bloody hope so. To be honest, the word like everyone's been saying, it's like the form hasn't been great, and from what I've seen as well, as like I previously said, all we're trying to do is walk it back into the net again, like going back to how we used to play. To be honest, like I've said in the comments as well, like really, I know this is probably going a little bit off topic, but when you sort the team out and build it around a couple of players by naming like Declan Rice for one and Victor Gyökeres as another. But
how do you feel about Gyökeres? Because do you rate him? Do you think he's around next season?
Obviously, yes, he's had previous experience in the Prem, sort of, but that was more like behind closed doors.
He never scored a goal for he was at Coventry.
He was at Brighton at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't score a single goal for them.
Or was that not in a friendly?
What did he? What do you mean?
Wasn't he playing in front? I swear, I might have read it wrong. I do apologise if I have.
No, he's not. He didn't score. I know because I'm married into a Brighton family, as I never told.
Oh, right.
And, yeah, they don't rate him. They're like, he left, went to Coventry, played really well, went to Sporting. I couldn't quite get my head around how he didn't score against Sporting, because you'd think he would have, back in Portugal, the magic would have returned.
Yeah.
I find myself in an odd position because I didn't want him, and I wanted a Šeško, but I think Šeško's vastly more technically gifted player than Gyökeres. But I have fallen in love with Gyökeres because of his attitude.
Yeah, Gyökeres never played a game in the Premier for Brighton.
Oh,
he played four League Cup games and scored one goal.
Oh, that's probably what I
spent that much. Oh, Bobby, when are we going to get you a microphone? I've been saving up all my pennies to get you a microphone.
Probably. Can you hear it correctly?
I can. It's a little bit Star Warsy, and I think I quite like it. It's like when Princess Leia saves Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt's palace, and she has that voice distorter on.
Yes.
But by the time we connect on Sunday, the audio will be better. The form will be a lot better, but that is just
particularly because you can buy a microphone for £14.
I might very well do that. But to be honest, what it is my laptop.
Right. Well, I was going to say I'll send you a microphone. I'm not sending you a laptop. Zanzi said he'll build you one. R2B2.
Two tin cans and a string. That'll be all right.
Yes, that'll do. Well, listen, I'm going to do a show tomorrow. I don't think you'll have... If you've got microphones sorted out, or if you just want to shout for tomorrow, we're going to do a stream after the show tomorrow, because we're either out of the quarterfinals of the Champions League, or we are about to win the Champions League. It's binary if as an Arsenal fan. Because Atletico will batter them. We beat them 4-0, and we'll probably... Paris Saint-Germain... Bayern we beat 3-1. If Paris Saint-Germain, we'll win. We're winning the Champions League. Did I forget to tell everyone?
Be nice.
But I'll see you. Hopefully, if you can't make it on tomorrow because of your audio, Sunday it is. Thanks so much for being here. You're an absolute hero.
That's the rest of.
I'm just going to nod politely and pretend I heard anything you said.
I can't hear anything.
No, that's why we call him Bad Audio Bobby. It's not even a bad name, is it? You're an absolute hero. See you Sunday, if not before. Legend.
If Bobby had been a voice for one of the old Doctor Who's, he would have really frightened me.
That's it. My Star Wars reference was lost on people. Arteta and his coaching staff are UEFA licensed coaches, but do you often think surely millions of Arsenal fans all seeing the same problem can't be wrong against Arteta and co, despite their Aklak? Do you know what? It's a really good question. But can I go round? Because I would answer Benny, because you look the angriest of everyone. Don't ruin it by smiling. It's too late for that now. Can you just say, like, don't say how you're feeling because I think I'd be frightened, but just say, what do you think to this question? Do you think that there is, because we are all talking about the same things, aren't we?
I mean, like everybody talks about the same problems in Arsenal. I hear it on Tom Canton's, Harry Simeo. Like, so I'm sure Arteta and his coaches are not alien. They are intelligent coaches. They know, they can see the problems on the pitch. And I think I saw his press conference today. He was a bit frustrated. It wasn't like, normally he's, after a loss, he's giving this like calm, measured press conference. And today was a bit of, well, it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like his normal calm demeanor. So are you seeing the problems? Like I'm more for blaming the manager. He does have a part to play in this, but like some of those players, oh my god, they yeah. I was so angry on Saturday. That performance was just
That's
yeah.
fair. Listen, I think what you're touching on. I think is the point that keeps getting made, and I agree with every time it's made. It's like it's a point where we're almost certain, surely, that Mikel Arteta isn't coaching the players to pass the ball wide or not cross the ball or not shoot on target. So you do have to put something down to players. But I was a little bit when the only thing I could tolerate on Saturday, I watched the game and then I watched a little bit of I had to leave the house, but I did catch a bit of Sophie Nicolau and I've forgotten the guy's name on there now, and he was saying, is it the players or is it Arteta? And I was like, hang on, we can't be doing this for 4 years. 4 years of is it Arteta or is it the players? Well, it can't be all the players. Certainly at a point you go, maybe he's not getting the energy right in the pre-match kickoff. So I don't know. But to your point, I think you make well, is he's obviously not coaching them to go out there and play badly. I think the nerves have just got to them though. No? Sean?
I think my working theory is they're being overcoached, and they're too risk averse, and it's so risk averse that it's a risk.
Yeah.
I want to see him give them a little bit more freedom and take a punt and give it a go. And we've got a brilliant defence that can cover for them if they make a couple of mistakes going forward. But they're not. They're failing to get chances by not trying to take them. I just think that our front six needs to just relax a little bit and say, just go and have some fun.
Yeah. I think Madueke could stop having quite so much fun, please. Like I would just say, the only coaching I would give Madueke is if you've beaten your man, then don't beat him again. Just that'll do. You've got past him. Don't stop, stand on the ball, wait for him to come back and that was fun and do it again. Because it's getting a bit much now.
I'm just wondering whether this coaching license is like a driving license, and the fact that you were taught how to pass a test, and that's all. When you pass your test, then you learn to drive. And once you pass your test, you get all these old people driving around at 25 miles an hour down the motorway thinking, oh, isn't it? Or driving a caravan through the lanes of Devon saying, oh, there's not many cars around here, but if you look in the rearview mirror, there'd be a whole fucking queue of cars. And then you get the other
fundamental difference, though, is that Mikel Arteta was at a Barcelona academy at the age of 8. He's been around football and done nothing but play football, some of the biggest clubs in the world, some big games. And I don't think it's the coaching badge that made it. I think they learn a lot in the FIFA coaching badges. But I honestly think that he has the same problem that many young people have when they get leadership roles, which is it's hard to admit when you're wrong. And so you double down and you stick with things that aren't necessarily working because they should work in theory and they're not working. And I think we can all see it because we're not as attached to the idea in the first place. It's very easy to point out someone's doing something wrong. It's harder to accept when you're doing something wrong. Are you pointing at me or at the screen? What are you doing, Benny? What is this manners? I'm sick of this. Just shout out. There's 6 people in a panel on a YouTube football channel, and we're not talking over each other. Let me land this point. I've been dying to say that for weeks. I don't even know what it means.
I'm trying to like give you an indication I want to go next. Like I get what what's the nice gentleman on the right? What's his name again?
Top right or bottom right?
You mean
Right.
Sean? He's a nice
Top
boy.
of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah,
Sean.
Sean. Like I get what you and Sean are saying. Like I understand what for the like I understand the conservative nature and I understand the passing back. I understand the goalkeeper holding the ball for God knows how long, and Ben White, God knows what he's doing on throw-ins. What I can't understand is what I couldn't understand on Saturday was the attitude they came out with. It was as if I don't even want. I didn't want to come and talk about it here, but I'm still talking about it.
Do you mean in the first half or in the game in general? Because I think first half they went. There was that moment Gyökeres nearly blocked the ball
I
he
mean,
was tearing around.
Bournemouth looked like the home team. That's what Bournemouth looked like. I watched.
But do you think that the fans brought enough lunch? I don't think they brought enough lunch. And Arteta said, "Bring your lunch." I didn't see anyone having lunch, and I'm really annoyed about that.
Finished their dessert early. It was just. I mean, the players, like, even if it was a conservative approach, I'm not disputing that. They didn't even like show up. There was no energy in any of them. They played like they were wolves. It was just a disgusting performance in my estimation. Like, no matter the approach the manager took, the players didn't look like they knew it was a Premiership game. They thought it was maybe, I think, first round of the.
See, I'm going to open this up. My thoughts on this were that they were too emotional to start with. That they were trying too hard, and they were trying to, instead of just composing themselves, looking for passes and putting a foot on the ball in the midfield. David Raya was putting his foot on the ball, but nobody else seemed to want to have the ball for more than a hot second. And, then there was all this discussion earlier where they were saying, oh, David Raya kicks the ball long. In the game against Bournemouth, actually, statistically, he passed short more than he normally does. And I just think that Bournemouth system where they have the one player who can either push into midfield or sit back, and you have to wait to see what he's going to do. That's when you go long or short. I just think we're nervous. I think there's too much on it. But I'd also want to say, before I forget any further, On the Stoop with Lolo. Is this a link from your stream, Gary? Wonderful. Look at that. We're cross-fertilizing YouTube. Lovely. Lovely to see you.
Thanks, Lolo.
And if we're out of the UCL tomorrow, then Arteta is a dead man walking. Boytendio, if I just met you now, I'd be like, this guy's really neggy. A couple of weeks ago, it was all quad loading. Now you're like, kill him. I don't know if I'd sack him. I am not sure why we're all having conversations about sacking Mikel Arteta. Surely we can all wait. I know this is the Amazon Prime generation where, I ordered something earlier and it's not arriving till tomorrow. But I think we can all wait a month to sack Arteta, can't we? Can we just if it's still possible that he could win the Premier League, I'm not entertaining any dismissal talk. Is that reasonable? Is anyone disagreeing with that?
I'll say keep him till the end of the season and then see what he does, you know what I mean? But obviously, yes, I'm a bit of 50-50 with Arteta in, Arteta out sort of thing. It's just obviously he's been with us now nearly, 6 seasons now nearly. And yes, the first 2 seasons wasn't great. I personally, myself, I didn't want him in. But, and then obviously as time progressed and everything else, and we've got to know him as a manager a bit more, the question still arises, is he the type of manager that will get us over that line?
Only time will tell, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
I guess I do the bailout thing. I'm not Arteta in or out. I'm Arsenal in. And is Arteta good for Arsenal?
I don't think anyone's talking about sacking Arsenal.
Not yet, anyway.
No, but
would you not agree?
No, but I mean,
okay,
you're being funny. You're being funny, but I mean,
no, but you just said this. Look, no one's okay. Let me facetiousness to one side. The debate is not Arsenal in or Arsenal out. So to reframe it as that doesn't make sense. You can either. I think I take the same view as Greyborn. I think I've said that over and over again. I was on Judge Mo earlier, and people were saying Arteta, and I was like, I've never supported the manager of a football club in my life. I've supported the football club.
Yeah.
That's that. I support Arsenal. At the moment, I do see that if you're second for 4 years running, it's hard to sell that to people as progress. Oh, every year we do slightly better. We don't. Like last year we did slightly worse. This year we've done slightly better. But if we throw it away from here, I don't think it will be as good as 23-24. So that's not progress. And let me put it another way, which I don't think I've had a chance to say it this way before. Winning the Premier League is incredibly difficult. Many are called and very few are chosen. 12 men in history have achieved it. I don't think it marks you out as some sort of psychopath like he's been accused of being because you don't quite manage it, even if you've tried your absolute hardest. But unfortunately, as a club with aspirations to win the Premier League, we weren't built in 1886 to give Arteta one more go at it. Let him have another go. No, it's the point where you go, look, you've had a lot of money, all the players you wanted, and over the last 4 seasons, you've come very close, but now we think we're going to get a finisher in. Just like if he was a striker at Arsenal Football Club, after a while, if you don't bring in the goals expected, you're replaced. Everybody's replaceable.
Yes.
Even David Dean, who shouldn't have been. But the point is, I don't have a problem with Arteta. And I would like to say that since we are now in the middle of April officially, with it's only another 40 days to go, can we all just wait 40 days and then decide? Because if he doesn't win anything, I think he should probably walk for that. And not because I don't like him, because I think the job is, can you go and get us silverware? Absolutely. What did you get? Nothing. Okay, well, cheers then. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I say something though? Where has this like narrative that like Sporting are just gonna destroy us at the Emirates? I think before
who's saying that? What there's someone saying that Sporting are going to beat us?
The fans are like, oh yeah, we're gonna get turned over tomorrow, and I'm like,
I can explain that. If it's a genuine question, if you really want to know the answer, if it's a rhetorical question, I don't understand the point of those.
It's
what's the point of a rhetorical question?
I mean, it's also like I don't understand where this kind of it's germinated from. Obviously, us getting beat at Bournemouth, but that doesn't.
It's not. It's not to do with that. It's to do with 100 voices all saying something at the same time. 90 of them saying the obvious rational thing, and 10 of them saying the wacky thing. You will hear the wacky thing. That's it. Most normal human beings are going, no, I don't think we'll get turned over by Sporting, but we might lose. But I think we'll beat Sporting. And the 10 people go, we're going to get battered 5-0. You hear those and you respond to them and they agitate you. But I've not heard anyone say we're getting turned over by Sporting. And I always say the same thing to people if they come up with something wacky like that. So you're going to make a fortune at the bookies, aren't you? Just get your life savings on that. You get great odds against Sporting at the moment. No one really thinks we'll get turned over by Sporting, but I didn't think we'd lose to Sporting in the Europa League when we lost to them after that ridiculous strike that levelled it and then the penalties. I don't know. If you could predict what was going to happen in football, you probably wouldn't watch it, would you?
No.
I certainly wouldn't have watched Bournemouth. I did a video just before the Bournemouth. I mean, I had breakfast with the family, and I was like, the stats are showing this will be a 1-1. I really think this is going to be a 1-1, and I really didn't think it was going to be a 2-1. But that's life, isn't it? That is life. I didn't think Brighton would beat a 3-0 in the 22-23 season, where I thought we could still win it. This is another great comment by Boy Tendia, though. The issue with coaches and fans not seeing the same images is that the coaches are closer to the mosaic. They can see more details, but probably can't see the full macro and meta patterns like fans. There's a brilliant book, I've forgotten who wrote it, called The Wisdom of Crowds, which is really interesting. When you get lots of people to make a decision, it's unerringly accurate, which is really counterintuitive to what you'd expect. But I recommend the book Wisdom of Crowds because it kind of goes into this detail. I think, what do you do though if you're Arteta? I think sometimes you just have to admit you were wrong. I don't know who the lineup he could play. I don't really care who he plays against Sporting tomorrow. I think I can't get myself enthused by it. Sorry. Partly because of what Sean said earlier, which is like, great, we get to play Atletico at a really crunch part of the season over 2 legs. Hey, I think I'd rather just go out tomorrow and win on Sunday. If that's the deal, I'm taking that deal. And if anyone doesn't understand that, is anyone else on that page?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'd take the win over Man City and go out in the Champions League.
Yeah. And then
I'll
have
take
them
a
laugh
draw
at us,
against
go, you
City.
didn't win it. Sorry, what?
I'll take a draw against City.
Yeah, I don't think our fan base has the nerves to live on if we get a draw.
Can everyone else hear Zanzi? I haven't been able to hear him for about the last half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't heard anything he said, or he
Nothing,
hasn't said
just
much?
him. I can hear everyone else except him.
Say something, Zanzi.
See his lips
Something.
moving.
Hello.
You really didn't hear that?
I haven't heard anything for ages.
Maybe if I move you over here. Is that better?
Can you hear me now?
No.
I'll translate. How's that? Managers are meant to have a feel for it, but the game is all stats and data now. I think that's an easy thing to say. I think obviously stats and data play a part, but I think, you saw when he played Max Dowman, I saw it in his eyes. So obviously that wasn't data, because no data is telling you to play a 15-year-old. If anything, the lawyers are going, please don't play a 50. Please don't let him. Arteta's press conference reminds me of a friend preparing for a divorce. Sandeep, great comment. Just a thought, at least. I like manager and assistant management. Be fiery and get players back correct. Culture side. Okay. Martinelli footballing IQ is really poor. Usually the very pacey players. Senlak, I don't think I can disagree with that. I think he's an instinctively brilliant player. But if he gets 20 seconds to think, it's all over, isn't it? Like if he gets a couple of seconds to think about it, if you put a ball at his feet and he's got to do that goal he scored against Donnarumma, like with the through ball from Eze and the chip, like one type, brilliant.
All the one against Bayern Munich.
That's why it was just instinct. He just didn't even think about it. When he has to think about it, it all goes wrong. If you look at him, if he has to think about anything, it's like Jesus. Every extra touch is further away from getting to the prizes.
Did you think he looked quite good against Bournemouth, though, Jesus? I thought he looked better. I mean, I don't know.
Well, better from what, though? I mean,
than Southampton, yeah. Better than dreadful.
I mean, there's levels to this thing, and he's still. I mean,
I think he was a 4
Dan,
out of 10.
You're winding me up, Dan. Come on.
No, I thought you. I'm
Yeah,
not.
you're on the wind up. Dan is on the wind up. Come on,
I'm
Jesus.
genuinely not. I'm genuinely not. I honestly...
Oh, come on.
Wait, what do you think I said? I didn't say he was world class. I said he looked better.
You didn't. What is better? What is better?
Better is, better than Southampton.
Oh my God.
He had fewer touches in a goalpost. Do you know what I mean? Like he was the corner flag saw more of the game than Jesus did against Southampton. I couldn't tolerate anything on Saturday. So Boxfresh says he said, "Bring your dinner," and left us hungry. Oh, poetic. He took time this press conference because he knew them words come back. He knows he needs a performance. That's what I would say to Arteta. So do me a favour, go out there and just fucking shut up. Or when they say who's going to play tomorrow, stop acting like it's some sort of incredible game of logical cat and mouse. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to play. Well, what the fuck are we doing here then? Because that's what we're here for. Like, by the way, that you're going to go out there and they're going to go, who are you playing tomorrow? Who's fit? And you're going to go, I'm not telling you that. And you're going to say that to every question they ask you. You could have just spent 10 more minutes. Have a fucking... Just somebody explain to me what the point of a press conference is. Because it seems to be just, can you give... opposition fans ammunition to beat us with when we lose, please? Can you just go out there and say some horseshit thing about bringing your lunch or your dinner? You can buy food at the stadium. Apart from anything, if I was Josh Kroenke, I'd be going, don't tell them to bring lunches, please. Make them buy them there. Sorry for the caps. No, you're all right. I never get bothered by caps, should I? It's Arteta, but the catch is that Arteta has our defensive attitude in a better place than it's been in decades. Yeah, the problem is, listen, Boytendi, I think you sum it up really well. It's all very well going in on Arteta for only having us 6 points clear with 6 games to go. But we are 6 points clear with 6 games to go. It's not the worst I've seen Arsenal. People saying, we don't play attractive football. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want the attractive football and the 6 points clear at the top of the table? Okay, well, maybe buy the club and put some Saudi money in there. trying to get Benny in a good mood. Do you think I'm going to make it today?
Hey, let's not forget topping the group in the Champions League with 100% record.
I don't count European football.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't count European football or cup football. I only count the Bournemouth game, and we sucked. There's no cap police here. Well said, Rosie. The wait for the Premier League is the same length as Wenger's reign. Not winning it would perhaps mean the cycle has come to an end for not just Arteta, but some players also. Saliba may now go to Madrid. I'm tired of people saying he's going to Madrid. Let him go to Madrid. He just signed a 5-year contract. You know how much money they'd have to give us? Buy a new training ground. I'd not... This whole idea that, you know, like Lee Gunner did the thing. Or was it Lee Gunner or Shane Gooner? One of them was watching Saliba at the last game of last season going, tell me if that isn't a man who's going to leave. He's going to leave in summer. And now they're saying it again this summer. It's like, yeah, newsflash, he will leave one day. Am I the only one screaming at the team to play very obvious forward passes? Yes, you are. I think you're so rooted in the 80s. That's a very 80s attitude to football, forward pass. The modern game is far more about passing it laterally. What you do is you pass it sideways until the pitch miraculously spins 90 degrees, and then that way you score a goal. Is there anyone in the panel, Zanzi, just use hand gestures because Sean can't hear you, not those hand gestures, but is there anyone on the panel who does think, who hasn't at some point shouted at the fucking television going, pass it forwards? There you go. I know I was shouting things at the telly.
I was looking at the fixtures and I was still trying to figure out when Man City play Crystal Palace because it's not down yet.
No, it's not. Yeah, we don't know yet because Palace are still in Europe. So we won't. It's likely to be the weekend of the weekend after next is the likeliest. I think the best gap, but no one knows yet.
Or knowing what the FA are going to do or the Football Premier League are going to do, they're actually going to do it after the season ends.
No,
say,
Zanzi's saying, Sean, just so you know, Zanzi's drooling on himself and saying that the FA Cup are Premier League.
People.
Someone help him. Someone help the man, for God's sake.
He's saying he can't hear you now, Sean.
I can.
Lucky him.
He's saying he's nodding I can, but what he's actually saying is different somehow. Zanzi made such a good point. Oh, don't encourage him. About coaching, driving license. It's a bit like doing a PhD and being assigned the title of doctor. Doesn't mean you're an expert. I think it does. Fucking hold on. Like what? I have no PhD. I have no degree. I think I've got some A levels.
Well, my brother's got a PhD and he's a doctor.
There you go.
And
because he's an expert at something.
Yeah.
Spinneroony Jack. Hello. Great to see you. City fans are Chinese tourists. Guys, let's pass the ball this way. Should we just draw lines on the pitch? I've just thought that'd be a fucking great idea. Arrows on the pitch. Has anyone thought of that? Maybe they just don't know which way. They're so tired. They're like, which way are we playing again? Because I don't think they know. Because I know Odegaard doesn't know.
That's like that advert for... oh, God. What's the thing that gives you wings?
Oh, Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah.
Oh, I love a quiz. The difference is Arteta has won the Premier League as assistant manager to Pep and also not won it under Wenger when he perhaps should have. So he should have life lessons from both, yet to no avail so far. I do look at this and think there is a point where, I mean, it's like playing pool. I am absolutely terrible. I can clear the table and then miss 4 chances on the final ball every time because I start thinking about it too much. I get the yips. I start going, oh, I could win this now. And I think that's kind of what we make a bigger deal out of it than there is. But the players in this situation are feeling the pressure and they're playing like they're under pressure. And that's partly the atmosphere that you create in the dressing room, right?
That's like when players come up and they should score a penalty because it's only 12 yards out and they blast it over the crossbar.
Yeah, exactly. Penalty is a really good example of that, Zanzi. You're absolutely right. Like Jimmy Greaves said, how could you miss a ball from 12 yards out with just the keeper to beat? It's ridiculous. It's great. Yeah, but you're Jimmy Greaves. You're drunk. His credit score with fans aren't great. You know your credit score will matter. I think on 15 million quid a year, if there's one thing that Mikel Arteta's not worried about is his credit score. 39 watching, 17 likes. I need to have a word with you, Dan. You've just come in here, right? You've not bought around. You've got Gary's curtains for free. You've got to listen to Bad Audio Bobby. Sean's now turned the lights off in rage and protest. I just don't know where to start with these people. We're not doing another moment of work until you've clicked like. How's that? Greyborn, have you clicked
I've already
like?
liked. Yes, I was the last person to like.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I hope not. Here we go. Adare06, in a very binary way. If we lose to City, sack Arteta in the fucking tunnel. I don't know if that's your best strategy if you're still technically at top of the Premier League. I know that you'll be upset, but maybe let's not do that. Let's not do that. But welcome. In a sort of bad mood that you're in. Well, let's see if we can change that a little bit. Strangely, for a club to finish in the top 2 year in, year out, do you think we are a spoilt panel? No, I don't think anyone wants to finish second. But I will open it up. Gary, it's your turn to answer this question.
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
Please speak in sentences.
No, I don't want to finish second. I don't want to finish just out of wherever I want to be. I mean, Arteta is his 5th attempt, right? He missed out on Champions League by 1 spot. Now he's missed out on trophy, Premier League trophy by 1 spot. No, nobody wants that.
Nobody.
Nobody wants that. I mean, it shows. I mean, I think you have to look at the other progress we've made, right? We were competing on just 1 front, and now we're competing on 4. So, if you want to look for some progress, there's progress there now. But
don't.
Is that what you're
going to get triggered as well? You're going to try people.
I mean, it's not what you want, but it is what it is, right? If you want to look at the silver lining for Arteta, so
I agree, yeah, completely. I think we've improved this season. I hope we win something, but a lot of people are going to want him gone, even if we win something. It's crazy.
It is a bit mad. It's unusual. I think as a fan base, I don't recognise this in other fan bases. I mean, yeah, like if he wins the Premier League, he is. I don't want to build a statue to him for that, but I'm very grateful. Benny,
Are we answering? Well, I can't remember the question. I just tuned out.
Let me help you with the question. The question was, in this age of social media, do you think people should just sit on a panel without paying attention to the questions, or do you think that they should be active participants? do you think that people who aren't listening deserve
Give him the foghorn leghorn.
I'm just looking for it now.
Nice boy, but doesn't listen to a word you say.
Sorry, I was just sitting up here planning my dinner. What like Arteta, in or out? Sack him in the tunnel if he loses at the Etihad?
Well, I thought that was rhetorical as well.
Some of it, when they're in the chat, no, they're not.
Like, why would you sack him in the tunnel? Like, I don't understand. Well, we're still like, even if we, God hoping we don't, but even if we do lose to City, we are still on top of the Prem by goal difference, I guess. So even if when they win their remaining games, so
depends how much we lose by.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, you just sent a shiver. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
What if it's a 6-0? I want him sacked before the tunnel.
Yeah, that's an easy second, right?
He doesn't get it to the tunnel. Forget the tunnel. I want Gabby Hainter in charge.
He has to go out with the fans. He not even.
He has to get a coach back with Lee Judges.
Oh no.
Yeah. He has to ride back with Ty. I've only just seen some of these comments. Just so true. By the way, I think this is for you, Sean. How did you meet Dan, and how crazy is Dan in real life?
All the Dan questions.
Dan looks like a fun guy to party with. Don't you fucking know it?
No. Dan's not going to want me to answer that second one.
Dan looks like the type of guy to keep himself busy until the microwave beeps.
Oh,
Love the sarcasm, Dan. There's plenty of that. Dan looks like the type of guy to keep Adidas in business.
that has been constant, hasn't it? I mean, I should call you Three Stripe Dan. That's been around for a long time.
Yeah, well, so's his top. This one is my favourite. Dan's the type to sit on the TV and watch the chair. Dan's a type to steal your last roller and blame it on someone else. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Arteta took lessons from Pep and Wenger. Work hard and don't fall for the romance of attacking football. Don't learn that lesson. I think that's fair. I don't think...
I mean, we were playing attacking football 2 years ago, weren't we? So I don't understand this narrative.
Agreed. I agree with you, yeah.
I think
have we been found out? Have people adjusted to us?
Yeah.
And we have managed to adapt.
Yeah. You didn't get any flowers for that either. Like, we scored more goals than we've ever scored in the Premier League. And everyone went, you didn't win anything. And he goes, all right, well, fucking all right, I'll just go about winning. If all that counts is winning, and now we're winning, and he goes, yeah, but it's not attractive. You just think, do you know what? At a certain point, you just have them adopted. Have the fans adopted. Dan, boy Tendia to steal someone's last roller and blame someone else. What? Dan's the type to sit on the last roller and not realise. That's a fact. Cool customer who hasn't got a comment about me, I hope. Everyone seems to know what will happen if we lose a City, but no one seems to know what will happen if we win. Funny. You strike me as a philosopher. I know what will win. We'll win the league.
Yeah.
Job done. Parade. I will personally dig out all the pictures I can find and scout and find where this Man City fan with the Arsenal bottle is and ask him for the fucking bottle back. Typical City nicking stuff. And I will have a field day. I will become what they want us to be is, a fan base with humility. They want us to be good winners. Say things like, it was a great contest and well done to Man City and unlucky to everyone. Come back next year. And I won't. I'll be like, yeah, yes. Players need to think on the pitch and let's clip it over the press. Maybe. Very good. I did invent fire. If you want me to. Actually, diabolical, Rosie. WTF. It's gone random now. That was a question, Dio, because you said you think it fair. Well, I said, yeah. Did you all see what happened on Dan's channel with Lee and Stricto? Is this recently? I'm sure I've seen Stricto. I saw Stricto tell Jez. I saw Positive Dan. I like the beef, to be honest with you. I love watching a bit of the soap opera of Arsenal, but only when we're doing well in the league. When we're not, I don't want to watch any of them. God forbid we lose to City. How much of our remaining fixtures do you think we can genuinely win, and how much would City drop from this? Okay, I'll go around the panel on this one. The remaining fixtures we have, I genuinely thought we'd beat Bournemouth at home. All right. So, caveat everything I'm about to say with I thought that we'd beat Bournemouth home. Now I haven't got a clue anymore. But after City, it's Newcastle at home and Fulham at home. I think we get 6 points from that. The final home game after that is Burnley, so 9 points. And then I think we could get a draw at West Ham and a draw away to Palace. So it's 11 points. 11 points puts us on 81, which means they'd have to win 6 games. It's tough on Man City. From that list, is there any there that people disagree with?
Yeah, I think we'll win the away games as well.
You think
I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose to City and win all the other games.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd do it. That would do it.
And we always see it right when it seems like the season's over. Arteta just changes up, or the team does, and we just play it out like whatever. So it might be a plus. It could be just moralized. But I'd like to see us just go out there and just, as some people have been saying, how about we have some fun playing football?
Yeah.
If you're going to work hard on defense and you turn a damn ball over, go and try to score immediately. How about that? Right?
And
that's what teams do to us.
Just try and
Every
score
team
in 90 minutes.
It's an easy turnover or a mistake. The last thing they want to do is reset the ball. They want to put the ball in the net, and that's what they've done. Bournemouth, you look at the 2 goals that they scored. We made one mistake. Madueke made a mistake. Next thing you know, they get a lucky break with the deflection, goal. Martinelli, Gabriel gets caught on the ball. He puts it out, gets deflected, boom, boom, goal. That's how we give up goals. You can't script that. None of that was like exactly 100% all on us not having a good defense set up. The ball fell for them perfectly off that deflection from Gabriel.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I mean,
Totally agree. But they have to be in that position going forward with the momentum in order for those chances to end up being goal scoring opportunities. Whereas we've got them on their back foot and they're hanging in there and we make a mistake. It's not a goal scoring opportunity anymore. We're lulling them into a feeling of comfort at our own place, and those mistakes are then becoming goal scoring or goal conceding possibilities. It's the general field tilt we've got wrong, and we just need to get the momentum back.
I'm going to go for this comment here. We've already lost to City in the cup final. If he loses to City again, then that is evidence enough that this guy doesn't learn from mistakes. He'll stick with his bullshit tactics that don't work. Adari, when you say they don't work, like, they must work a little bit, no? Just a teeny weeny bit, like, because we could be in the semi-finals of the Champions League after tomorrow if we get a draw against Sporting Club de Portugal. So, I don't know, if we finish top in Europe, conceding one goal, that feels like quite successful tactics. It seems odd to be saying those tactics don't work, doesn't it? Like, I can't be alone in thinking. I know I'm not. Over to you, Zanzi.
No, we conceded 4 goals in the league.
We made it to a cup final that we hadn't done since the FA Cup, and we were 100% in the group stage. No, there are some good things. My concern isn't the fact that we haven't won something. Is that our style seems to be going backwards.
Yeah, I think if you talk about, I don't know if I feel that way after we played Tottenham or Chelsea so much. I thought Everton was a tough game that we came away with the win, made a bit of hard work of it, but we never looked like losing it. It's all fallen apart since the League Cup. I think you can say that. Our players are knackered. Zanzi, did you say we conceded 4 in Europe? Was I wrong then?
In the league stage, yeah.
Oh, right. So I know we conceded to... Kairat we conceded to as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Bayern, Kairat, and...
someone else.
But yeah, it's not bad though, is it? 8 games, 4. Yeah, I think we did all right. I think it's this all or nothing mentality, isn't it? Like, we win a game, very few people say his tactics are genius. You lose a game. I mean, we haven't lost a lot of games this season, have we? Be honest. We've lost 4 in the league.
It's one of those things where it's all timing. It's all timing, though. It's everything. It's just like everything's bad timing, right? This is probably the worst time to have we could have had this string of games early in the season and probably wouldn't have mattered to us. It's just, same way of our goals. A tight game, we give up a goal, boom, we lose. We drop out. We go from a draw to a loss. I think it's a timing thing.
Hey, listen, you're absolutely right. I mean, if you win every game to the final and then lose the final really badly, people aren't always that grateful. I wasn't trying to rub salt into I said a wound that is probably healed by now, Footy Judge Mo, when I was saying, because obviously he's an Inter fan, and I was like, it's not always a great thing getting to a Champions League final. Like I don't remember I don't watch the 2006 final over and over again and go, oh, that was so close. Oh, what great, the closest we've ever been. How wonderful to nearly touch the silverware that matters most. So obviously, if you get the tactics right all the way to the final game and then lose final badly, then it's a problem. Our timing is terrible in these run-ins. It has been. It's always we've run out of juice at the worst possible time. But
I actually watched that Champions League final just after Campbell scores, and then I turned off.
Yeah, and then no spoilers. No one telling what happened.
Yeah.
So, Mohammed, I do want to get into this with you a little bit. Sack him at the Etihad there and then if we lose. Do you think that's necessarily... Do you think that could happen, would happen? But, this is a weird way of doing it. Who does that?
Spurs.
not even they've done that. I mean, that's their problem. They held on to managers too. I mean, that just seems like such a weird thing to say. That's not rooted in anything that's ever happened in football, is it? You don't. No teams typically sack the manager who's taken them to the Champions League quarterfinal. I mean, I don't want to say. I think we get past Sporting tomorrow. I think we win 2-0, maybe 2-1, and that's great.
I think when Spurs are in the Championship next season, I think De Zerbi is going to sack Spurs.
I'm not sure he stays. Dan, I hope you haven't stolen anyone's last Rolo and blamed someone else for it. No, of course I haven't. I admitted the guilt, and what are they going to do about it? You don't leave your Rolos around me. One of the 6 on the panel, who do we reckon claps when the plane lands? None. Actually, I don't think any of us are clappers. Has anyone... Go on, be honest. Any one of you? Zanzi?
No.
So, act like that's no one. He told me it was you, Dio. It was Dio. So, does anyone do things before the microwave beeps like a competition? No. What is that, anyway? Dan is the type of guy to catch his reflection while passing mirror and wink at himself.
I can see that. I can see you doing that. Do one of these, like, yes.
Hey, baby. How you doing?
Don't worry, mate. I won't tell him. My lips are sealed.
There's a story there. Sean, there's a story there. Just put it in the private chat.
One story.
He won't even look in a private chat. Just put it in a private chat.
I didn't even know there was a private chat. Just shut up. The rivals better hope we don't win. Yep. The rivals always hope you don't win. That's pretty much what defines them as rivals. My microwave is on the way out. It makes its own time, makes life interesting. Your microwave will outlive our attackers at the moment. I saw the thumbnails of Lee and Stricto and just laughed. No thanks. Next, I do feel for Stricto because he goes on these shows. I think he's really cool, but he just lets people talk over him all the time. That's my.
I mean, I don't know if you saw where he talked. He was trying to. It was acting like a friend to Lee Gunner, basically, for about 5-10 minutes. Yeah, but it was like, it was. It was. I think it was heartfelt, but it's one of those weird things. It's like you look at certain people and you're like, and then you're like, this guy's trying to help him out.
It's like that bloke who lives in your bus shelter near you, and. You walk past him every day, rain and shine and cold, and he's always trying to get a can of super tea off you or some money for a hot meal. And then you might have had a few drinks yourself on the way home from the pub, and it might be a balmy summer's evening. I'll sit down with this guy and I'll give him some help and some advice. And then he robs your wallet off you, and you think, I shouldn't have done that. But no, best thing to do is just walk right round Lee Gunner and maybe occasionally throw him a cigarette, but...
What did one of my mates say many moons ago when I was in Brighton, and I went down with my mate in his dad's car to Brighton, and we're walking down the street, and he got one of these blokes. He says to my friend's dad, he says, 50p for a cup of tea, Gub, and he says, yes, I've also got a quid for a cream cake, and carried on.
Yes, that's the nice thing to do, is to goad the homeless if you can have some fun at their expense, because they're having a great time. They're paying no rent. Sean, because I know you can't hear Zanzi.
I still can't. No.
I was going to say, one way of getting around that is, if it was funny, but you could always put a second screen up of YouTube, and then you'd be able to hear him through the YouTube.
Good idea. I'm on my phone, though.
Get a second phone. Get a burner phone. Call it the Zanzi burner.
Get a decent phone.
I can't repeat what he's just said there. That's filth.
Zanzi, that was rude.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, Box Fresh has come straight in with a mood killer. We can beat City and lose to Newcastle. Just a thought, mind. Yeah, nice. Brilliant. But we won't, because we're brilliant. Can we just be fans for a bit? Newcastle are horrendous right now, so I would say more likely to be beaten. The panel looked like back. I don't know how this happened to be so funny. The panel looked like Backstreet Boys in 2097, and Benny is their manager, and he's had enough of our shit. And he has to drive the bus as well, because the rest of us are don't have our coaching badges. Getting Wenger in for the last 5. Fucking hell, man. Sack Arteta in the tunnel and get FIFA's head of sporting development to manage for the last 5 games. That definitely. He had like 14 years where he didn't win anything, but the 5 games, yeah, that'd be brilliant. The other one that makes me laugh is everyone saying, let's get Zinedine Zidane in. Just yeah, let's do that. What about Sport Billy? Is he available? What about?
We'll just get Pep in.
Let's get Pep in. Can he do 2 jobs at once?
I have no doubt he could do 2 jobs at once.
Yeah, I think he could manage both teams for the game at the Etihad. Everyone's a winner.
We could steal the Zerbi from Tottenham, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. What have you done to Sean? Bronco V8. You can't say that, Dan. Those facts go against my feelings. I know. I am basically saying facts don't care about your feelings. Every player is failing to express themselves under him. It's not on them at all. They do exactly what he says and ran themselves into the ground. I think that's a really naive viewpoint. Every time you hear an ex-professional talking about it, they go, it's on the players when they get on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, well, Arteta said I have to run across the white line. No, he didn't. I just don't buy that, sorry. I think that's wouldn't it be great if everything was always that simple? The reason everybody's playing badly is because Arteta's told them to. Bayern, K-Rat, Inter. What was the score against Inter?
2-1. 2 or 3-1. Or was that 1-0?
3-1.
1-0. Okay.
No.
Okay, 3-1. Okay. So, and Leverkusen, we didn't play in the league stage, did we? No, we didn't.
We just played them, Leverkusen. We just beat them.
Yeah, but not in the league stage.
No.
So I was saying that I thought we'd only conceded 1 goal in the league stage. Obviously, I'm wrong. Got to do some stuff for work tomorrow? No. Take care all and stay blessed. Have a nice day. Melina, take a day off. Let the criminals go free for a day. Have a Canadian purge. What's the worst that can happen? You don't have real crime in Canada anyway.
They could become Tottenham fans. You never know.
There's no such thing. We used to scare kids with that. Oh, you could turn out to be a Tottenham fan. Come on, you Gunners. Please make sure to like the stream here if you haven't already. Support each other on the panel and other channels too. Yes, please do that. One thing is for certain is that tomorrow, if we don't show up at home, the opposition will eat us live. Oh, no one say 1,000% is the most triggering thing you can say. I really can't deal with it. Stealthy9657 also on loan from DWTT. Thoughts on Saka? Love him. Starboy, let him have a bit of time off. That's all I'd say.
I agree with that one. What you said there. I mean, I think you can't sign him up for 5 years and then burn him and not allow him to get back to any kind of form, and I mean form in sense of health. Let him get this healthy. It's not worth your money to rush him back and then have him broken for the entire contract, right? So just like you said, put him to the side. When he's ready, he's ready. If that's not this season, so be it.
I heard Arteta said he might have a problem with his Achilles, so that's why he's not.
Was it Saka that had the Achilles?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. You're right. Yeah.
Carling.
What are the levels of problems you can have with Achilles? Because I immediately heard that because he got sent home from the England training with the Achilles. That's what he said, isn't it?
But he hasn't played since the Carabao Cup game with Man City.
I don't remember that. Was there a Carabao Cup game with Man City? I don't think I remember that. And I don't think we need to say that again. We don't play League Cup finals. Okay, I sense an argument coming. I don't want one. We've seen this movie over and over again, Dan. Can't take it anymore. They won't do it, but that's exactly what it keeps on happening. You don't have to watch. Just putting it out there. If you when people say I can't take it anymore, it's like, oh well. Zandy and I have talked about this often. Our first experience of Arsenal Football Club wasn't sensationally attractive football. It was very bad, and yet we still managed to keep watching. In the end of Arteta's era, second place, where we are now is not the hardest football I've ever watched. Sorry. It just isn't. When we were 15th in 95, I thought that was harder. Call me old-fashioned. But people just are getting, I've had enough. I see the same thing keeps happening. Yes, We've been second 3 times in a row. You don't necessarily need to tell a group of people who spend most of... Has any one of you... I'm talking about the guys on the panel. What was the last Arsenal game you didn't watch?
Wow.
Last season.
Yeah.
Now,
Zanzi.
for me, it would have been a few seasons back. Arsenal played Everton at the Emirates, and it wasn't broadcast anywhere.
Was that because it was Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff that they shifted to an evening match? That one.
I can't remember, but it was literally nowhere, not even streamed and stuff like that.
I think you're going back quite a bit now, aren't you? But yeah, so
only-
the only reason I ask that is because you're basically telling a group of people who watch every single match that what's happened in the matches that we've all been watching. And yeah, it is tough. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. I'd still rather be top of the league than not, though.
It's always been
May
tough supporting Arsenal.
32nd. It got real personal between them. Stricto calling Lee a drunken and abusing in between. Lee acting like a drunken to no respect with 2 clowns amongst great panelists on that show. I do love it when there's a panel of 6 people and there's only one person doing all the talking. But usually it's me, so that's why I like it. Go get me God. I'll do you one better. Why not get Gus Hiddink? Oh. Yeah, all right. Can I just do this for a bit of fun? Because it should be fun football. Do you remember? And I'm starting with you, Gary. Because I think you've gotten away with it a bit on this panel. You know, riding that fence.
Yeah.
You have to get in a caretaker manager, right? You have to get a caretaker manager in.
A caretaker manager in.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And Arteta's not been sacked. He's just gone, I can't do this anymore. I'm really upset. Lee Gunner's really upset me. I don't want to play. So now you've got to go and find us a caretaker manager.
Xavi Alonso. You can take him to the end of the season. Short-term contract.
I'm not going to lie, Gary. You've played a blind at there.
I mean, he's not going to be available after the season.
No.
But...
It's a caretaker. It's not none of that like long term. I'm gonna say though, I think you've won because I was going to go around the rest of the panel and see if anyone could do better, but I think you've cracked that. Go on then, Zandy. You can have a go.
Who's our defensive coach? A German? Him?
Heinz.
Mertesacker.
He's
Heinz.
not German.
Oh, but whatever he
He's
is.
Argentine.
That's the same. Yeah, same difference.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
They both got
Exactly.
cheese in there.
Huh?
Yeah.
There you go,
What am I thinking? Of course, that's where a lot of them went after the war.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we always go to war against one of them, don't we? Yeah, so one of them too.
What?
Or
the United Kingdom.
Or win the dog.
Win the dog. Oh, I think he's beaten out Xabi Alonso with win the dog. Woof,
Mind you,
woof.
it could be a rough season.
What do you mean?
Rough season if win the dog's there.
Why would it be rough with win the dog?
Oh, he didn't get it.
Rough.
It went over his head. Move on.
I don't
Move
get.
on.
I don't get. What are you saying? Why do you keep saying rough? It's only for the last 6 games. I don't mean the whole season. Take a bow. Greyborn. Such a majestic name. It speaks. It's almost Tolkien-esque, isn't it?
Well, do you know what? I'm going to go for a laugh here, right? What about Arsenal's mascot, Gunnosaurus?
Gunnosaurus. Oh, he's behind win the dog, I'm afraid. I actually hate Gunnosaurus. I really do hate Gunnosaurus. I mean, we have the worst mascot, don't we? It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. No. Well, all right. I'll tie that win the dog and Gunnosaurus. Xabi Alonso not looking so good now.
Damn.
Benny. Sensible Benny.
I'll go for the Zerbi.
I've got to give Benny a round of applause for actually knowing what the question was.
I'm not sure he did. Just like when in doubt, say Eze. No, but actually, do you know what? That'd be great. The season we took Eze from them, we just take everything, and we take Vino Venkateshan back as well. Can we have him back?
Oh no.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I haven't missed him. I'll be honest with you.
I haven't missed Edu. I have not missed Venkatesh. So yeah.
I tell you what. Yeah, Edu's barbecues. It's not the same without them, is it? But so where was I? Charles, to the panel. Is Arteta getting sucked into unnecessary PR? These rallying cries, lunch, dinner, call-outs. Is a choice of words or clubs, media, don't they understand the Emirates don't need... Yeah, look, I agree with that 100%. That, I think, is absolutely spot on. I think what... I listened to The Athletic, and they were having a similar conversation. They were talking about has Arsenal's nerve gone. But I thought it's absolutely brilliant because they were saying they get it so wrong that the mood changes in a stadium. You get them whipped up. Instead of just, doing a Pep where he just goes, look, we're going to play. It's a game we have to win. We're going to do our best. And everyone's calm and collected. Instead, we've got our players tearing around, desperately trying to win the game in the first 10 minutes. The fans getting anxious because it's, the things Arteta was saying is it's a really important game. It's a massive game. It's a really important game. Is that the opposite of what a manager's supposed to say? Isn't he supposed to say we're taking it one game at a time and be calm? So does everyone agree with that, or is there any dissenting voices?
I mean, I get what you mean, but I'm still kind of dissenting in terms of the chance to go 12 points ahead of City. That I thought it was kind of more like a special game. Like I could see. I mean, we can see where he's coming from. If we go 12 points above City, then it's I can understand that. I can't hate him for trying to get the crowd worked up so that we can get through the line. So
I feel like that's a really fair point because I don't think at the time he did it that I was cringing. I didn't like the phrase about bring your lunch. It didn't make any sense, but I think maybe I am just being 20/20 hindsight and looking back on it and thinking it didn't work. So I accept your point on that. But again, I would still counter it by saying, who does that? If a game's that important, you don't need to tell the fans. The fans will know that it's an important game. The players all know it's an important game. You just don't want to draw too much attention to it being an important game, would be my point. I don't see Alec Ferguson doing that. I don't see Arsene Wenger. They would have done the opposite. They would have said, yeah, look, we're going to go and play our game and hopefully we get the result we need. And then it's after that, we haven't won the league if we beat Bournemouth.
To be fair, those coaches have won things, so they know what it's about. We still haven't. So anything that helps us get, if it's whipping everybody up into a frenzy, that helps us get across the line. If it's everybody going, we need to find out what that thing will be that gets us across the line. Because
I love what. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the problem we have is that none of our players or staff know exactly what it's. I mean, Arteta was at City when they did it. Gabby Haynes has been at Man United when they've done it. I mean, there are some experiences, but they seem they're trying too hard, is what it feels like.
It's like it's almost like they don't believe what they saw. Like Arteta sat next to Pep, supposedly he was number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saw how at least whatever Pep did show him, he didn't believe any of it because he doesn't seem to replicate some of it. When we well, if that was Pep, he probably would have done this. And then Arteta's, no, we're not going to do that because that's something I've seen that's worked. I'm not going to try it over here. And it's like, yeah, you could try it over here, and see. I just feel like he doesn't believe what his eyes have shown him. He sat next to the guy. Something weird. There's something weird about that. Like for me, I look at some of the way the players behave and stuff, and I'm like, we don't have any of those type of players on our side. Like when Rodri was, winning the Ballon d'Or, I hated watching him play because he'd just knock over our players and all this kind of stuff, and none of our players would do that. We don't have that kind of like little bit of a mean streak in us sometimes.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I think
I hear that.
Need that. And think about any of our players. Any of them going to go out there? What Ben White did when Shersky was doing the keeping up, is he could do it, but then Ben White should be able to respond, and he did. I don't know if anybody else does that. All right.
No, I think you're making some really strong points. I totally, it resonates with me what you're saying as well about sitting next to Pep and then almost stubbornly going, but I want to do it my way. It's like working with a great chef who shows you how to make a perfect omelette, and you go, yeah, I know how to do it that way, but I want to do it a completely new way. And I think that at a certain point, that's a real problem. That, you know, like there are things that I know that Arteta from behind the scenes documentary All or Nothing, that they have the same attitude to players who are coming with attitude. So I watched João Cancelo today play for Barcelona, and I really thought he was the one that got away when we could have signed him before he was loaned out by Pep because he turned up to training in a bit of a bad mood. Arteta and Pep are very much like everyone's got to be happy all the time. Everyone's got to be in the right frame of mind. And I think, so there are definitely things I think that Arteta has, if not copied, then always agreed with Pep on. But it seems to me like you look at Pep Guardiola's press conferences and he just doesn't look like he wants to be there. But he doesn't say, oh, you know, bring your lunch, bring your dinner. He might say halfway through the season, he might say, you guys are getting a bit complacent as fans. And he might G them up a little bit. But the difference when Pep does it is that he's got all that silverware. He can go, look, do you want me to leave? Or, you know, I've kind of won everything you can possibly win. I like what you were saying because I do feel like Arteta is trying to create his own way of doing things before just win a league, you know, and then experiment like crazy. Then do it your way.
I have to admit, before the Man City game kicks off, when Arteta does his press conference, and someone says, well, Mr. Arteta, what are you thinking about the Man City game tomorrow? And he says, well, I'm actually concentrating on the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah. These press conferences, you know my point on it. It's like, what are we doing here? Tom Canton, I watched his show with Sophie Nicolau yesterday. I think she's brilliant, and I watch her on almost anything. And he said, I've got a question lined up for the press conference. So I actually watched the press conference, and then when his question came in, I can't remember his question, but it's like, what are we pretending that we're asking insightful questions? We're not. The format isn't there, you know? It's just not there. It's like, so can you tell us who's fit tomorrow? No. Okay. Can you tell us anything about how you're going to play? Don't want to. All right. What's your favourite colour? I'm not going to answer that right now. I've got more important things on my mind. It's like, are you really only here because it's a contractual obligation? Yes. Thank you. It's you know those fucking trials, you know, the mafia trials and the, you know, where they just, all they do is turn up and go, I plead the fifth, grounds that any other answer I might give may incriminate me. You get more sense out of those than you do out of Arteta's press conferences. Enough for press conferences. I was thinking about this a lot today. I don't remember Arsene Wenger. I think they used to do these press conferences, but in the absence of the media, social media, never used to see them. You used to just read about them in the paper. You know, who turns up to these press conferences? Who asks any questions that anyone's ever given a shit about? No one. Oh, look at this. Sakalaka Boom Boom. Still the best name. Big up, Dan. It was great seeing you with Tom Canton and Mo. Good talk and discussions. Thank you, man. Wenger with $1 billion walks this league, by the way. I don't know.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, do we have to even have that conversation? Do you know what we should do? Give Wenger 14 years. See if he... No, we did. All right. Well, next question then. Because, like, I get that he didn't have the same amount of money, but that's because of a thing called inflation. Inflation in football, players cost more. It wasn't like Wenger had the money. He was up against Chelsea who had more money and stuff, but our problems weren't all about money. We choked under Wenger as well. People write history, don't they? Also, good night, Miss Melina. I'm so glad you're here. When are you next coming on the panel? I say that every time I see you. Wenger sport a generation of Arsenal fans. Yep. One thing I can tell you is football doesn't come into your house without consent, so you're all good. Stuyvenberg is the caretaker. Airport Albert, no. Let's be honest.
I still go back to that game. He coached against City, and we had City, and we had Pep pulling his hair out. And I go, you know, so whatever he did, he actually made a statement to me. I don't know if he could do it again, but that was
imagine if 5-1 Miles Lewis Skelly scores and does another one of those Buddha celebrations. The fifth goal goes in. Boy 10 years got to give it to win the dog. Mohammed Debaya, what's the panel say on Arteta now, including you, Dan? Quickly, I say, can I answer this in June? I find it easy because look, the reality is it doesn't matter. Every Arsenal fan's been asked this on every panel for the last what seems like ever. And the reality is, if we quickly went around the panel, it wouldn't make any difference at all because ultimately most of us are like, he could be only the second man in Arsenal's history to make 2 Champions League semi-finals, and he might have done it back to back. So we could beat Atletico Madrid, a team that we've already beaten 4-0 once this season. We could beat them in the semis to get to a final, becoming only the second man in Arsenal's history to get to a Champions League final. This is mind-blowing. Things you hear in football, you think that can't possibly be true. Sadio Mane is the last man to score a goal on the losing team in a Champions League final in 2018. Since then, no losing team in the Champions League final has scored a single goal. Isn't that mad? So all I'm saying is we get a goal up in the Champions League final. We're nailed on to win it. If we win the Champions League final, all these comments, all these people, all this hate, all this, are you Arteta in or out? Isn't that going to sound daft? So can I just hold my... I will say Arteta in until June, and if he hasn't won anything, then I'm Arteta out. Zanzi?
I'm going to wait in 41 days, mate, and give you an answer.
Okay. Benny?
What's the question?
I think like most, yeah, what's the question? Like most sensible Arsenal fans, I think it's you wait to the end of the season when everything.
No, you've got to decide now.
No,
well, otherwise we won't be able to get Win the Dog in.
I think they is it the Arsenal cast? Arsenal cast is a really good Arscast,
yeah.
Really good really good show about Arsenal, and
Arsblog with James McNicholas, and he's the guy who invented the phrase St Totteringham's Day. He's an absolute legend.
They were asking. They said they had a lot of like fan mail asking them this question, and it was like, it just doesn't make any sense when you're still in competitions to give an opinion on the manager. It's also about just respect the team. Let them go. Let the season finish its course before you make any assertions. No.
You know what? You're so right. And like, I've been saying this, I said it on Footy Judge Mo earlier. I can't think of another fan base that does this. You know? Okay, so Real Madrid might do this because to them, being on the edge of a Champions League semi-final, yeah, so what? Bayern Munich might do this. In fact, I could see Bayern Munich doing this. But in England, Liverpool fans, if they were at top of the table, 6 points clear, but playing badly at the moment, would they be calling for Arne Slot to go?
I mean, even tonight, they were like, they wanted the PSG, they wanted to be out of all the cups before they gave an opinion on whether to have Slot out. Like, they're saying Slot out now, but like they wanted them to be in contention for no cups before they gave an opinion on the manager, which I think is a sensible take, because if they get into the semi-finals or the final of the Champions League, then it's a different discussion you're having.
Yeah, Benny, I am so in agreement with you, and I think your point was any sensible fan would feel the same way. So why are we constantly asked this question? Why does it keep coming up? Why is our fan base, the one fan base I can think of, that would say things like sack him in the tunnel, sack him at breakfast, sack him a month, all of this is just constant. I think I referenced this before, but on Deluded's channel, Kenny Ken was talking about it, DJB were talking about it, massive love to DJB, and they were basically talking about Arteta and whether he should go or not, and I said, would you sack him now? And Kenny Ken was like, don't ask that, you're just trying to bait me into saying I'd sack him now. And I'm like, no, but you're discussing it now. So if you're discussing it now, surely it's something you discuss now. Otherwise, can we just discuss it at the end of the season like any sensible person would once you've got more information? If he wins nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a new manager. I'm not saying everyone should feel like that or will feel like that, but there's nothing wrong with it. But if you could still win the Premier League and the Champions League, and you're the only team in the country that could still win the league and the Champions League, then he can't be doing everything wrong. And tonight we've had his tactics are broken. He'll never win anything. And you just think, I don't know of any other team that would do that. If Everton or Leeds or Aston Villa or Chelsea were in our position now, Chelsea, people say, oh, they sack their managers all the time. Not usually on the eve of a semi-final of the Champions League, though. Not usually top of the table. When was the last time anybody sacked their manager when he was top of the table? If it's never happened before, how is it something that we've had to discuss all season? Most of which we've been at the top of the table. You go, yeah, would you sack him at Christmas? Oh, yeah, but being top at Christmas doesn't mean anything. No, but it's still better than being not top at Christmas, isn't it? It's still harder to be top at Christmas than it is to be fifth at Christmas. People aren't talking about... now talking about Eddie Howe being sacked. Sorry, Benny, was that you putting your hand up?
Yes, unfortunately, I have to go. I have one more point.
Should we just pretend we didn't hear that?
Yeah. I have one more point that I need to get out of here. But thank you guys for the company. The point I was going to make is I don't think there should be any need to call for the team in terms of motivating the team. I think it's really easy to motivate the team this week. All they need to do is bring the picture of that Man City fan.
Yeah.
Put that up in the changing room.
Yeah.
Of him drinking the Arsenal bottle. Just put that up. If that doesn't motivate the players, I don't know what would. Because this team will, if they bottle it again this season, they are going to be in the dictionary. They will probably change bottle to Arsenal in the dictionary. The amount of times we've done it. So this team, if they want to be associated with that term, they can go ahead. But just to motivate them, just put that picture on. Take that picture with them. Let that be a reminder of what everybody else thinks of them. So
Amen.
I'm hoping for a better performance against. Like, I'm not saying we're going to beat Man City. I'm not that confident, obviously, with how we're playing. But I hope we have a better performance. I
felt you. That's such a good point, and thank you for making it before you go. And I just want to say I wholeheartedly agree. If we beat City at the Etihad, that guy can take some of the credit for it, because I think if there was one final thing you needed, would be like I 100%. I am certain that Arsene Wenger's put that guy's picture up in the dressing room, and I am certain that it will make. If you can't see that man do that and know he's talking about you and your career and how you will be perceived forevermore, then you don't deserve anything but that man and his stupid little Arsenal bottle, which apparently was given to him for free. Cheaty, horrible club. But Benny, thanks for being here. Hopefully, you'll be around tomorrow to celebrate us getting through to the semi-final.
Yeah, I think I will. I'm not sure I will be near the computer, but I will try. I'll try and get on. If it's
you're here, you're here. And if you're not, you'll be talked about.
Okay, see you guys.
As soon as you get off tonight, you'll be talked about, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Let him go first. Before
I can't remember.
All right, cheers, Benny.
See you, Benny.
Let me go through some of these. Serginho. I love the name. Is that what I say now? Right? Serginho. This pathetic fan base will appreciate Arteta more when he walks and wins a quad with either Madrid or PSG next season. Ooh, yes. No, but then they'll flip and go, oh, I always thought we should give him more time, because they're not accountable. Arteta is the sole reason why we're a relevant club and not the joke club we were before he signed him. That's going to be contentious. Flybury says bring in Slagers. Love it. Or we sack this clown and get serious. Yeah, there's nothing that says I'm deadly serious and not some sort of circus clown than sacking the man who's top of the league. That's one way to show him you're serious. And bring in Sean Dyche. Would that make us even more serious? You guys don't appreciate the fact that Arteta hasn't been properly backed since he signed. I think he's been backed a bit, though. And I don't know how you know what I think anyway. No, Arteta does that to maintain the standards these fucking cowards have been slacking for the last 2 months. Okay. A lot of anger around, isn't there? There's a lot of, why? What is it about online? Because people get all aggressive online and then, probably not so aggressive in real life. Luis Enrique, give him the fucking... Yeah. Right. Tell me you're a little bit naive without telling me you're naive. Luis Enrique has a job. He's just got through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm not sure he would jump ship to come and manage a team that's just got through to... Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we get him in summer, but I don't think he's coming if we sack Arteta before then. Maybe just play without a manager. Is that the next idea? Noni is a shopping trolley this manager chose to keep over Ethan, by the way. Yeah. At this point, I'm so over the Arteta saga. It's not healthy for anyone, especially the club and players. Just get it done already. Yeah, agreed, Jose. Who are you bringing to replace Arteta? He just said once. Ironically, having studied under Pep on his resume is probably a large part of why he got the job at Arsenal. According to Stan Kroenke, it wasn't, but I'm sure it didn't hurt. Here we go. Cool customer. Counterpoint. Arteta cannot beat Pep to a title by operating like him with less quality tools. I don't think he has been this season, but I do agree that there is an element of that. From La Masia to playing with Ronaldinho and Wenger, but a copy of Moyes. What? Harry had an excellent question to which Arteta brushed it off. Jose, yeah, I was going to ask you about this earlier because you mentioned it earlier. What was the question? I didn't remember. I know he asked the question. I tend to drift about as badly as Benny does when I'm talking during press conferences. I was like,
I'm gonna head out myself.
No, I'm sorry, Gary. We've lost one already. Should we just listen? Let me go through it. Gary, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
and
you.
for bringing curtains. We're going to wrap this up, guys, because they're dropping like flies up here. Also, never being honest in interviews, just stopping the effing
Thanks,
riddles.
Dan, for me.
Hey, Gary.
Cheers, Gary. See you soon, man.
There, Gary.
Oh, thank you.
I will never forget someone on YouTube made a big deal that Arteta spent more than Emirates cost, but of course, some person did not take into account inflation. Shocker, yeah. A lot of people, including Arteta out crowd, don't take into account that Arsenal are only fifth highest spenders in the league. Zanzi's always mentioning that. He'd be only the second former Premier League player to win the league as a manager if he does it. Oh. Who's the first? Oh, hang on. Who's the only former Premier League player to win the league? Kenny Dalglish doesn't count. Does he? Are you talking about Kenny Dalglish? Nah. Who's the Premier League? Come on, guys. Just the three of us now. We can do this.
Roberto Mancini. Oh no, he's got to be Prem. Fucking idiot. Excuse my language.
No, I would have been unable to forgive you had you used anything less than that language. Fucking idiot. It's about right, I thought.
Yeah.
So let me go through it. So it's not Mancini, it's not Conte, it's not Jose Mourinho, Alec Ferguson. I'm guessing you mean Kenny Dalglish, but he didn't play in the Premier League. He played in the First Division. He's I love it. Second former Prem player. Did you mean just First Division? I'm going to have to roll through these. If the club received £1 for every YouTube show that had a discussion of Arteta and out could possibly fund a summer transfer window, so true. That is so true. I blame the Zionists to push the algorithm. Oops, wrong show. Well said. Well saved. I think the Arteta in, Arteta out questions are a litmus test of whether someone wants to continue to watch a YouTube stream. Will it confirm my bias or challenge my beliefs? That's a fair point, isn't it? It's like when a YouTube discussion descends to that's what the Nazis did, and you're like, oh, that's that one then. City fans are hating on Pep, wanting him out, and then they're on for a domestic treble. Slot wanted out despite winning the league last season. Agree on waiting to finish the season, though. Yeah. No. No, my question was much less complicated than that. I said, is there any fans that want their manager sacked when he's top of the league? City fans never wanted Pep sacked when he was top of the league, and Liverpool fans never wanted Arne Slot sacked when he was top of the league. Liverpool fans want Arne Slot sacked now that he's sick. And City fans had a little meltdown when they thought he wasn't going to win this league. Now they think he is. They love him again. And when they don't, they'll probably hate him again. But not when he's top of the league. Arsenal social media is a science experiment. Oh, rude 1 star with the quote of the day. Yes, it is. and we're winning. I don't intend to trivialise schizophrenia, a very serious disease, but the Arsenal fan base is collectively schizophrenic. Malt Licky Texas, I love that. Unfortunately, it is a misuse of the word schizophrenia, which obviously comes from the direct root of the word schizophrenia is a split in the brain. And it's a very serious condition, and I don't want to trivialise it either. I think our fan base are just naive. Gary and I discuss this regularly. I'm sorry for you. We should all sue Arsenal. Question to the panel. Charles. Well, he's linked now from Gary's show. He's jumped over to Gary's show to come back. It's a weird life. Do you think Arsenal fans are entitled or desperate when they make the sack now calls in April, entitled to win an honour every 1 or 2 years? I think, here's my view on it, and I'll go to the panel in a second. I think a lot of them are young and they grew up with Arsenal being absolutely brilliant, and they thought what they were signing up to was a long-term success where they could just lord it over other fans and act like they were better than them. You know, I've seen people say this like Turkish and saying, oh, you know, when I was at school, we used to be able to put our chest out and say we were the best team. And you think, right, but you were silly, because if you thought that was going to be that forever, then you misread the situation. Being a supporter of any football club comes with the risk that your team may not be as good as everybody else's. You may end up getting relegated. Speak to Tottenham about it. Speak to Chelsea about it. Man City, Manchester United, every team's been relegated except us. So I'd bring Wenger in for the last 2 weeks. But boys, on the panel, what do you think? Do you think that... do you think it's entitled to win an honour every 2-3 years? What is the reason for that?
For thinking he should be entitled.
Yeah. Do you think Arsenal fans are entitled or desperate when they make the sack now calls in April? Entitled to win an honour every 1 or 2 years as if they were like before, or desperate for one?
I don't know. Stupid, I think.
That's probably less generous than I was being.
I was going to say, if not being funny, if the decision was made by the public, there'll be no teams left.
Yeah. It's known as Plato's ship, isn't it? The idea that you would, if you were the captain of a ship, you could either trust the navigator who tells you have to sail through rough waters, or the crew who tell you that it's better to go the long way round through calm waters. One person is an expert and has been paid and brought on the ship specifically to steer the ship, but you trust the mob instead, and that doesn't usually go well. If you're going to... The problem I have with a lot of these people are very simplistic ideas. Just bring in... I saw this on AFTV. I know maybe it wasn't, it was Forever Arsenal, but whatever it was, they were saying, just get Zidane in. Give him the money and tell him to do it. So, well, here's the thing. How many times has Zinedine Zidane got to say, I don't want to manage in the Premier League? And then find out he's been offered the France national team job, which apparently he covets and would like to do. And then still trying to somehow talk him into come to Arsenal. It's so easy when you say it like that. It's, well, make him. Right. Well, okay. Yeah, well, we'll do that then. Yes, I see what you're saying. Bundle him in the back of the A-team's van and have him manage us under gunpoint, and then we would definitely be brilliant, wouldn't we? So, but the answers are so simple. The answers are so simple. It's always like, well, just get someone in who can win the league. Oh yes, of course. Now that you say that, is Unai Emery still busy, or then Jose?
Hopefully, Unai Emery is very busy, so we never go back to him.
I think he might be out of work for a while if, and we still wouldn't go back to him. I don't think Arsene Wenger would be uplifting to the players. Benny, you're right on that type of motivation. Benny's gone, so I'm way behind. 10 minutes behind. Hold on, agree with Benny apart from one thing. We didn't bottle it before. We just didn't come first. Fair. Good evening all. Stan the Man 450. Good evening to you. And when you say Gary, you mean Homer. He does. Now that Rosie said that, I do hear him sound like Homer. Please make sure you've pressed that like button and that you're subbed to the channel. We should do an airline one of those. In the event of an emergency, please pray. Roberto Mancini didn't play in the Premier League.
No, neither did David Gleesh, because he finished playing for Liverpool in 1990.
That's right, as player manager. Blackburn manager can't be. So Jose says no, it's former Premier League guys. Who is it? I'm dying to know.
There isn't anyone. I just had a look through the list of managers of the Premier League, and no one there
Klopp,
apart.
Slot, Mancini, Pep Guardiola, Alec Ferguson, Kenny Dalglish, even Howard Wilkinson. He wasn't even a Premier League manager. So
Right,
yeah, it's,
the list is you got Ferguson. He never played in the Premier League. Guardiola didn't. Wenger didn't. Mourinho didn't. Kenny Dalglish didn't, but he played
Conte
in the
didn't.
Football League.
Yeah.
Ancelotti never played in the Premier League. Mancini didn't. Pellegrini, not that I can remember. Ranieri, I don't think so. Conte didn't, and Klopp didn't, and Slot didn't.
yeah. So I think it must be Dalglish that he was talking about. Unless you could lose Baby Steve to say he wants Pep sacked, I'm sorry, you aren't convincing me that any City fan wanted him sacked. No, I mean, I saw lots of talk shows, lots of panel shows where people said, I think, didn't Hamza want him sacked? He made a handful of appearances for Leicester City. Who did? No, he didn't. Who did? Mancini? No, he didn't. Did Mancini play in the Prem? Apparently did. Mancini. I don't... Well, part of me thinks it's the only one who could be, really.
Oh, 2001 on loan for Leicester, 4 games.
Wow. Great question. Hats off to that question. Loved that question. Do that again. But not tonight, because we've got to wrap up. I think Arsenal fans like myself are just desperate to win something because I, for one, am tired of being bantered and roasted by the rival fans and being called insufferable. Yeah, no, I think we all feel like that. But life doesn't just do that, you know? Life doesn't do that. I mean, Newcastle fans waited 72 years for a League Cup and now they're 13th in the Premier League, you know? And they're not... Like, it just doesn't... You don't get what you want. You get what you work for. And unfortunately, we have none of us can do anything about wanting to win the Premier League except attach our hopes and prayers to the team that do their best. Mancini played for Leicester. Brilliant. Mate, absolutely loved that. Google is your friend. I think it's more problematic if Arteta wins nothing this season and the fans just accept it. They're not going to, though, are they? Charles is back. Rafinha to Atletico Madrid fans on DAZN cameras. You're going home next round. Nice to bar confidence in us or SPO, the Guna channel. Rafinha to Atletico Madrid fans on DAZN cameras. You're going home next round. Nice to bar confidence in us or. I think he's just trying to banter. I don't know who's going home next round. It's going to be a Champions League semi-final. I just hope we get to it, mate. That's mad, isn't it? Yes, Mancini was on loan. Some Arsenal fans will kidnap Zidane to make him manage Arsenal. And then find out he's not that good. I don't know. That could happen. Roberto Di Matteo did not win the Premier League. He did win the Champions League. Mancini made his Prem debut against Arsenal. Is that true? Funny you mentioned steering the ship. April 14th, 15th, 1912, when the Titanic went down. All the millets here. Straight in with every week a Titanic reference. I mean, I don't know. Hamza is an Arsenal fan cosplaying as a City fan, but he can't take off the costume because he's in too deep. Mate, I'm not claiming him. He's not one of ours. I like garlic and herb Mancini. Prefer ravioli. Spencer, take care. Ravioli gives me the fear. School meals took care of that. Yeah, true that. I credit Mr. Tom with that bit of trivia. Mr. Tom's a genius. We've come to the end of the comments, and thus... Oh, there's one more comment. School dinner rice pudding still gives me the chills. And now the problem for Hamza, no one wants to claim him. Yeah, I definitely don't. We're not having him.
Look, rice pudding with a splodge of jam in the middle.
Yeah, I never liked it.
Then you mix it all up and it's all turned pink.
No, just
Nice.
I never liked it. Couldn't get my head around it. Don't know what you're talking about.
What about
It's not the
tapioca?
risotto. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it.
Spawn.
I don't think I've ever had tapioca.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened at my school because that's a school dinner, isn't it? Like people don't have that at home.
No.
Do you mean,
I never had it at school either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I've never had it, but I've.
Well,
heard
no,
of it.
it was served, but I looked at it and I thought, nah, fuck
Oh,
off.
what? You had a choice. Oh, you went to a la-di-da school, did you? You probably had
No,
a
that
butler.
was it. Tapioca? No, fuck off.
Yeah, that's it. We
I'll
didn't
go
get a
play
choice whether
football.
we eat it or not.
Yeah.
You'd have to eat what they put in front of you.
Well, no, because we had to. Oh, all right. So you sat down and they gave you fucking service, did they? We had to go fucking get it. I was at the.
No,
bloody
yeah, we
counter.
had to go and get it and take it back to a table and eat it.
Yeah, but if you didn't like it, you wouldn't get any. You just go out and play football.
No, you didn't get to choose what you take away. They gave it to you and you went and ate it. But we never had tapioca.
No.
I ate everything I was given. Spam fritters, jam fritters, fritters, potato fritters. Fritters were a thing, weren't they? What else? Yeah, I remember we had 2 types of mashed potato. We had twice a week we'd have mashed potato. Once it would taste like butterscotch. And I worked out years later it's because they use the same ladle. It's like, boop. You know, they used to do you the ice cream scoop of...
Yeah.
That's just terrible. Start salmon tomorrow, right in place of white. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck around, find out. School custard, yellow cement. School custard with a thick skin. I don't mind a skin on custard. You're all a bit too...
Oh, yeah. School custard, so especially if it's bananas and custard.
Yeah, that I do remember. I remember chocolate pudding with chocolate custard.
Yeah.
That's imaginative, isn't it? It's like stick some custard
There's
on there.
one thing that I haven't had in a while for me, which is Jamaican cake with custard.
See, that's the one that used to trip me up all the time. It got into a routine, so I think that was because it looks like chocolate cake, but it's not. And what's that about? As a kid, I was like ginger.
Don't know if I've ever had Jamaican cake.
It's ginger cake.
That's what it is. Ginger cake with custard.
Yeah. And it's not an idea that really works, to be honest with you. I now quite like ginger beer and ginger in things, but as a kid, it looked like chocolate, and it was always like, oh. I mean, it's always one of them. It's like, first bite, and then you'd have to finish it. That's what I mean. Like our school, we had the most fierce people in our school. Wasn't the headmaster? It was the dinner ladies. You weren't allowed to. There was none of this wiping some off of it onto it. You used to have to put your plate. No one's leaving anything. What the fudge? Damn, Rosie, you didn't. Over what was this? Every school mash was made by the devil. There was one a week that was quite nice, but it was always fish fingers and chips on a Friday. That was the saving grace of a school canteen. Guys, thanks for the show. Catch up soon. Night. Sandy, brilliant to have you here, man. So glad you came. Chocolate milk sounds like we never allowed chocolate. Also, God, I'm getting right on one now. You used to get those. I'm old enough to remember they used to get bottles of milk in school.
Yeah. I used to be a milk monitor.
No, that doesn't surprise anyone. But the thing that was a shock to me was that some of the more affluent children in my class, and we had some, their parents would fork out for Nesquik. And they would let them take the tub of Nesquik to school. But the school teachers would always insist they weren't allowed to put the Nesquik into the disgusting milk that had been left out in the warm sun. And so we used to just have to drink. I don't like milk to this day. Let them put the Nesquik in. Child abuse, basically. Fuck shops are better than cafeterias. Tuck shops. I thought I misread that. Fuck shops are better. Have loved chocolate cake. Jamaican ginger cake with custard is top. No, it's not.
See, Rosie knows what she's talking about.
No, trust me. When it comes to food, no. I don't like avocados. No, cake. I instantly gag if I see deviled eggs. Like, I don't mind deviled eggs. What's wrong with deviled eggs? Hot milk gives me the fear. It's when you can already see it separated into cream at the
Oh, yeah, it used to be nice, that.
Nah, man.
Do you remember you used to get the bottles of milk with the little silver tops all
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
chopped
silver
down?
top.
Yeah, and then the birds used to speck it.
Yeah, and used to get one of those really thin blue straws and dash it through. But then Maggie came along and took all our milk away.
Yep.
And the country's not looked back since, to be honest with you. Hot milk and cereal. Shredded wheat with warm milk. I feel like I'm doing a poem about an England that's gone now. Hot shreddies with milk. The milkman's bottles jangling in his crate. School milk has left Dan traumatized. Yeah, it has. No, you're absolutely right. Ice cold milk with a packet of okay. Tres leches cake. We'll have to. I like it. I love it when we get a new thing that isn't bananas on pizza. Boy Tendio, I'm talking to you. Tres leches, 3 milks cake. What the hell? Let's give that a try. Greyborn, there is a style to these things. I usually I go around the panel and ask you for your final thoughts. Not that these have to be your final ever thoughts. I just want to make that clear. You may think when you leave, but as we close out tonight, what have you enjoyed? What would you do differently? Who would you have killed?
Many people. No, I'm joking. To be honest,
It doesn't work when you say I'd have many people killed. Only joking.
I've absolutely got nothing really at the moment. It's just obviously stuff that I've been reading about, and that's about it. But I won't go on to that. I'll probably go on to that on the next time.
Good. Well, I've enjoyed having you on, and I'm so glad you came on.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes.
Zanzi, final thoughts. But before you do, may I just, because we've got a couple, Boy Tendy, if you're feeling like you need to gain some weight, mix some condensed milk and a cereal of your choice. Can I recommend condensed milk and tinned peaches? Blitz that together. That's a touch.
That's not tinned peaches, that bit.
Mixed with condensed milk, honestly, it's next level. Yeah. Are you doing a watch along, Dan? I'm probably not. No, we'll come on straight after. I think I'll be too nervous, to be honest with you. And also, it went so well during the League Cup final. Although I do now have, look, I have the scoreboard, Sabutio scoreboard.
Oh, awesome!
No expense. Can you even see that? Like, the scores change. It's bloody brilliant, that is. Right, so I've steered us away from the ending again. Great show, guys. Really appreciate it. Jose is nothing without you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming on the and cheering me on in the old Judge Mo. I don't think there's a footy Judge Mo. Sorry, I don't think there's a cake I've not baked. Toffee apple is one of my faves. Or lemon drizzle. I love a lemon drizzle. And black forest slices. Condensed milk makes everything great. Maybe not meat. First 2 huge matches for us this week. Do or die settings in full effect. Ooh. Sorry. The floor is now yours, Zanzi.
It's been emotional, Dan.
I thought you'd say that.
Yeah. But I have to admit, it's great seeing me old mucker there, old Sam.
Yeah.
Sam Ways.
That is Tolkien-esque.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. You can do it, Frodo.
I feel like you could just carry this on for ages, but I'd have to leave you to it.
Yeah. As for all those people in the chat, brilliant. Big up for them.
Levels.
Big up. Big up. Whatever big up means. I haven't still a fucking clue means of it.
Massive elevations. It means basically Wagwan.
Oh.
Yes. I'm learning a little of the language of the youth.
Mm.
Big up and bless up yourselves. If Jez can do it, I can do it.
Right. I think I'm a bit too old to do Wagwong.
No, but I think Jez is older than you, and if he can stay young and youthful and get into beef with the Ute them.
With the Ute. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still I've got Duolingo, but it's not really decided.
And you know, you're talking about people raging about football. You should see what they fucking do in games, online games. Mate, they go fucking mental.
You think I don't know that? I played professional poker for a living, and some of which I played online because you could make a lot of money online. And
no.
No. Hear me out. And people used to call me every name under the sun. So one day I thought, it'd be nice. I'll take a weekend off playing poker online where everyone insults me, and I'll buy myself an Xbox and some games. And I got myself one of those, like you're wearing, one of those headphones. And I thought, what's this for? And I plugged it in, and I felt you could talk to people during games. So, this will be fun. So I played FIFA. I logged FIFA up, and no one was saying anything. I had the thing, hello. No one was saying anything. And this opponent I was playing against, and he was selecting teams, and I was like, oh, I looked, and he was like Argentina, Brazil. So I thought, oh, we're playing nations. Okay, well, I'll pick Argentina then, and then click play without realizing that he'd gone back to Inter Milan or some club team. We then played. Not a word was spoken by anyone. I somehow beat him 2-1, even though I wasn't very good, and thus began the tirade of all tirades. You effing C. You had to pick a national team to beat me. You C word, effing C word, effing C word. I was like, well, this isn't as much. Okay, by then, got out. This prick followed me around every game I played, just saying the C word at me. And I was like, this doesn't really affect me, but this isn't why I'm here. So then I stopped playing FIFA altogether and went on to this Battleships game. And I was dreadful at it. And it was one of these multiplayer games, and I'm dreadful at it. And 1 minute I'm in an aeroplane and I'm fucking that up. And then every now and again you'd hear, who's the fucking idiot in the destroyer? And I'm like, well, that's probably me. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, so I'd almost given up when I was loading up one of these games. And it's like multiplayer games. And I'm loading it up, and it's the 2-player on each side. So the Americans versus Japanese. And I get this voice going, have you played this before? And I was like, no, I've never played this before. Right, just do what I tell you. We'll have a bit of fun here. We'll be the Japanese. I love it when we beat the Japanese and we beat the Americans. They go absolutely crazy like that. And he was literally, are you in our submarine? Yeah, don't do that, mate. You're ruining it. Get out of the submarine. Get one of the planes. You can't fuck it up from there. And he was just the most fun I've ever been with. But after that, I was like, everyone in the gaming world is 14 years old and is coming to terms with their first erection and taking it out on me. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking tired of it. It's like, what is it with you? What is it with parents? How comes these parents haven't killed these kids? Just genuinely, how have they not killed these kids yet? Because
in front of social services is what it is.
You know, what one of the funniest things me and Sam ever did, we were playing this game called Scum. And we'd been into this. Called Tottenham.
You take over Tottenham for a week.
And we'd been into this town, and we got these storage boxes, metal ones. I think, oh, we'll have them because it was an abandoned base. No one was there. There's nothing in the storage boxes. So we had, I think, 4 storage boxes. So we had 2 each, and we were walking them back. And you can walk them back by picking them up, dropping them, picking them up, dropping them like that. And all of a sudden, we heard whoop, 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 and the police car turned up.
Bearing in mind, sorry, Zanzi, but bearing in mind, this is a role-playing server that we're on. So just before, like,
yeah. So anyway, this cop turned up. He says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Hey, just taking these boxes back home. We've just taken them for a walk." And me and Sam started laughing, and that was it. We just couldn't carry on.
Yeah. The whole idea of online just had no appeal to me after that. I was like, everywhere I go, and then I got emails from this guy I played football with. You're a C word. I was like, yeah, but I've never denied it. I've always said, like, I am a C word. I am a dickhead, but I didn't. I felt like, you know, when you're explaining yourself to death, because like I thought you were going to be Argentina, so I picked a. I didn't know you were going to be Inter Milan. I wasn't looking. I didn't do it on purpose. I don't hate you. Can I speak to your mum, please? I think I owe her money. The reality is that there's a lot of keyboard warriors and people who think that's how you play. I see that in the Arsenal fan base as well. There's a lot of people with this rage. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? We were saying like, oh, it ruins my weekend. It makes me really angry. It ruins all of our weekends. But Lee Judges is my age and he's going, argh! And you think, is there a point in your life where you go, yeah, it's not working for me anymore. I can't just keep doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm having a tantrum. I'm rolling around on the floor of a supermarket because mum won't buy me the cereal I want. And then I'm 50 and I'm still doing it. And I still, you know, maybe I just buy my cereal somewhere. Yeah, anyway, I love this comment, by the way. Oh God, where's it gone? The first of 2 huge matches for us this week. Do or die settings in full effect. But someone else wrote, these are the weeks you should live for. The Malt Licky Texas is on tomorrow night. I'm not sure I'll do a watch along, but if I do, it'll be an hour beforehand. But certainly after the match, I'm here. As a this is Jose saying, as a fan, these are the weeks you really should live for. Let's see what the gods have in store for us. Brilliantly put. That's my favourite comment of the night. Left it late, but came in. CONCACAF Champions Cup is live soon, as well as Copa Sudamericana. Matches are in. Anyone wants to watch some North American footy, MLS Open Cup matches also live. I might give that a little. Dan played War Thunder. Was it called War Thunder? Maybe it was, Need a streamer. Do you know I could be really amusing because I was so bad. Everything I did. It's like when I bought the boys the Xbox and there's that Star Wars game on it and there's 3 settings. You can play it at treacle speed, which is like the speed I play it at, where you can basically, everything happens at a nice slow pace, or the speed they play it at, which is where it's the Matrix. I can't even see what's going on. I'm really shit at everything. I'm not terrible at FIFA though. We should start a FIFA or private gaming league amongst us. Yeah, let's do that because I am terrible at it and you could all enjoy that. Yes, let's do it. Oh, look, Anthony's here. What time do you call this? 1:37 in the morning. Good show earlier with Mo. You sorted that badge, that glooming. It just totally ruins me. This badge is a fucking disaster. I'm not even pretending it isn't. Sorry, guys. No expense. Jose! Like, all of you. Have you finished your final monologue, or did I cut in? Do you need to finish it?
No, you cut it as normal, mate.
That's what I do.
So all I was just going to do is round up saying that we love your badge, mate. What anyone says, even if it's on the wonk.
It's not just on a wonk. It's peeling. How's it my fault? I bought a decal. I put it on the wall, and it just comes off. What am I supposed to do? I might get a builder in.
Did you clean the wall before you put it up?
Several years before.
Yeah.
I've got better things to do with my time than clean walls, Sandy. Don't be ridiculous.
I know, it's good to see Mr. Herbert here now, isn't it? Eh?
It is. It's lovely to see him. We've had a really good crowd in. I'm really.
I bet old Mr. Herbert was on a date with some sheep.
No. I just want to say, as is customary, but I never want to forget, like, just brilliant. Really, really appreciate all of you for making this a place I love to come and for being such great banter in the process. And we had 7 people on the show tonight. That's a record. 7 people. Wonderful. Thanks to all of you. But mostly thanks to the chat, because that's where all the good stuff happens. And tomorrow we're back up for the celebration or commiseration. We get a lot of people in. Do you know, like, whenever it's a shit show, that Sunday night, we had so many people in. It's like everybody just comes on as soon as we're doing badly. It's like, oh, I want to talk about this.
Well, so just seen Anthony's comment.
Just woke up for a late night piss, Zanzi. One of my 4 late night pisses. It's my late night, my midnight, and my morning piss I likes to do, and I only get up for 3 of them. Right. Okay, that'll do me. End the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Until I see you tomorrow or beyond, be lucky and lots of love.
Bye. Cheers, thanks. Bye.